I'm like, wait a minute. I was like, that bitch Wonder Woman?
Yeah, this is
That's the best Wonder Woman costume I've ever seen.
What's up, people? We're live. Popcorn and Pints. We are here reviewing The Mask and Fast and the Furious 5. So
interesting note. I'm the only person who had seen Fast 5 of the group.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone else had not seen it for reasons. Probably Vin Diesel being one of the main reasons, I suspect.
Yep, that's one.
That's not my actually.
Just one.
Mine,
that's just one.
Yeah.
So, from the sound of it, it seems like Chris didn't hate it that much.
No, man, I was surprised with myself.
I was so fucking mad when Chris said he didn't hate this movie because I was expecting like a wild rant. And by the way, anybody watching on Facebook, if you want your name and comments and your profile picture to show up, when it pops up on the screen for Restream, there's a link on top. I forgot what it says exactly, but basically, if you want your stuff to show up, click that link.
We got one comment, and they gotta click the link.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Some people hide. They don't want to. They don't want.
Of course, it's not forced, but just click that top link if you want your name and all that stuff to pop up on here.
If we pull up the Facebook, can we see who's doing that?
Yes, if you pull up the Facebook, you can.
You think you're hiding?
Start calling these people out just in case.
Call them out.
There you go. See, we're gonna start calling you guys out, so you can't hide anymore. But before we get too deep into these movies, why don't we jump into our early show ratings?
How many Coronas for Fast 5?
I had something completely different for Fast 5. It was a line from a movie too. Do you want me to pull it up? Now, you know how the conversation started in the chat, and it's going right there, like right now. And it's because of Tyrese's character.
I like Tyrese was great.
How many vaginal activities would you give this movie? Come on.
I don't know if I can answer that question.
Well,
I don't know if I can put it. I don't know if I can put it that way.
Come on, guys. Come on. I'll even go first. I would give this movie 4. Vaginal activities because it was funny. It had its fun, cool parts. It wasn't the greatest, but like we were talking pre-show, it's like Lance. It's like every other action movie now. Basically, like something wild happens, they fail, they fucking succeed in the plan later on in the movie. The cop lets them go because they helped each other out. Just some silly bullshit that wouldn't happen. At the end of the day, like it was fun, but I honestly liked the Fast and the Furious better when it was more about the underground scene. But I'm a car guy, so of course, I guess you could say. And then once it started turning to this heist shit, I'm like, okay, now we're getting every other action movie, every other comedy action movie, every other buddy cop movie. It's the same shit that ends up. And like, for what? For what? Like, I don't think we needed that. And now I'm dropping this down to 3. Just because wow, that was fast. That was fast.
I'm gonna give this like 7.5 Coronas for me. I think this is first off, I think this is by far the best of all the Fast movies. This movie is really interesting because basically there's the first movie which is kind of a hit, but it's not it was written by David Ayer, who's this big LA kind of street gang guy. Like that's all his movies are about, LA gangs. Mm-hmm. And then but the first movie is basically Point Break, except with dudes car racing and stealing DVDs. But it's the same thing. It's just
is Point Break on one of our wheels? I feel like it is.
I don't know.
I hope so. It's good.
Probably on the white wheel.
It might be.
Right, it should be on the white wheel. It really should be. And then the second one is kind of like veers a little bit. The third one really veers a lot. But the fourth one was like a reboot where they brought it back with the main cast.
The third one was the Tokyo one, right?
The third one was Tokyo, yeah. Tokyo. Which is also canonically basically in the future.
Yeah, it's in the future.
The film we just watched was. So it's all timey-wimey, weirdy, stupid bullshit, basically. But then this movie, I think, really kind of brought us to where the Fast and Furious is as a franchise. Like, you bring in The Rock, and those scenes with The Rock are like honestly fucking awesome.
They are.
There's a lot of, and it's just like, holy shit, this is a real franchise now. Like, I feel like this was the moment where it became a real big time, big boy pants franchise. For real, that could stand up with like Marvel shit, and because they make that kind of money, they make Marvel money with these movies, and you wouldn't have thought that that was possible with the DVD street corner guys stealing shit movie.
Yeah.
It went from that to the equivalent of like a Marvel movie. But yeah, I would give this a 7.5. I think it's really good. I think like we'll talk about some of the scenes that I really liked. Stuff with The Rock and Vin Diesel. There's like a really cool moment where they kind of, Avengers Assemble basically to save the day. And yeah, there's some other ridiculous shit. And this is Brazil. I love that moment. So yeah, that's my film.
I'm gonna give it a 4.
Oh
Wow.
4 here, because I'm not really into these movies. It's too of a mix. They try to fit in the car racing again with a rival between Paul Walker and Vin Diesel. Just to have the car races in it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And when they're in all the cop cars, all the same speed and everything, they're like, let's go. And they're racing like no one knows this. 4 cop cars flying down the road, drag racing. It's really weird.
It is
but
Brazil.
yeah, it is. You're right. It could be totally different. But it's like the action parts, like you said, the fight scenes are cool. It was kind of like it's like almost not like a G.I. I say it's G.I. Joe-ish, but it's not really. It's like the Rock's part was cool. He came in like badass. He had his team. Let's go fuck shit up. Let's find these fuckers. So the fights, except for the fight against him and Vin Diesel, I think Rock would have fucked him up.
Rock would have fucked him. Yeah, we'll talk about that.
Yeah,
we
we'll
should talk about like
it.
who actually would win in a fight between those.
Exactly.
Because that then became a thing, like later where they actually
They do not like each other.
No.
but there's a codified how the fight goes. Like
Yep.
basically you can't like beat the shit out of someone else. Like if it was Vin Diesel fighting fucking Tyrese, be like, oh well, he can't really fuck Tyrese up too much,
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
there's that level of codification of like how the fights go. It's ridiculous.
Exactly. So, and I know it's a part. We'll bring that up when we talk about the fight scenes. But so those parts were cool. That's why I didn't give it too low. 4 is decent. I almost gave it a 5. But the Vin Diesel is just so boring to me. He mumbles. It's like you have to pay attention to what he's saying.
Dude, I specifically wrote down this motherfucker can't enunciate.
Yeah, he can't.
He can't.
He's like, what'd you say? I'm like,
It's
is
like-
he
it's
saying
like
Vince? I'm like,
It's
what the
like
fuck is he
listening to
saying?
fucking Charlie Brown's parents when they go.
It is. And I think The Rock gets mad at him because one scene probably took 3 days because he can't read. And The Rock is like, this motherfucker can't read the script. That's why he's mumbling. He can't read. He's like, at. What? Fucking idiot. But, so Vin Diesel sucks. He's boring. I don't hate him, but he's just boring.
This is what I want, bro.
So, but yeah, but the heist scene was kind of, I guess it was cool how they set it up. And the old school switching bait, with the truck and the fake vault, the one that they're practicing on, they switched that out. That scene was just crazy. Those 2 cars, by the way, let's talk about this. Those 2 cars are going to pull that fucking...
Dude, yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
The physics is completely like not. They have their own physics in the Fast and Furious.
Even if it was
literally.
going, right? I'm saying this to myself when I'm watching. I was like, okay, I'll give them a doubt. They got this thing because once in motion, it stays in motion. As soon as they turn their first corner, that thing goes that way. Those cars are going with it. I'm like, what the fuck?
Dude, it is so ridiculous. It is so ridiculous.
It is, man. And I was with you. Every time they took a turn, I'm like, there's no way these cars just don't get pulled right off the
No, gone. Or the cables would snap, or the whole back end of the car.
Yeah,
would
the back
fall.
end just gets ripped off. Like, what is it, attached to the fucking bumper? Is it
So
attached to
I'm dying.
like the body?
So that's the funny
Like-
parts to me. But I do love when that safe was hitting shit.
Yeah, that was
That
great.
was badass. So
For me-
I gave it a 4.
For me, the last 40 minutes of this movie were like the best parts of this movie. the best.
Oh yeah, all the shit together, like the fucking
Pretty much from when they meet up with the Rock, they have the little fight scene, you know, then their van gets shot and it flips over or whatever, and they help the Rock, and that from then on till I'll say to the end before it got to the sappy part. Like when the Rock's like, I'll see you soon. Boom. They didn't need to show the rest of that shit. It was cute, but we didn't need
it was cute.
Aaron's gonna hate this. Aaron's gonna hate this because he knows how much I hate Vin Diesel, but I'm giving this a fucking 7.
Ooh.
Ah.
Yeah, I almost hate myself for saying that. But and honestly, I stand by my theory that you could put any actor in the position of Vin Diesel and the movie would be better, and you could literally cast just about anybody and have a better result.
How about one of us? You know, I'm just saying. If you want to do fast,
they could put Pee Wee Herman in there.
That would be better. That would be fucking awesome. Pee Wee Herman running the street gang of underground racers.
And it's drugs that make you trip balls. He's like, go talk to my couch. My chair talks.
Listen, I broke a vow to watch this movie. I vowed to myself I'd never watch a Fast and Furious movie.
I promised myself not to watch anymore. But
I mean, that's why I put it on the list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, like the studio even deliberately got away from just the straight up street racing so they could bring in a bigger audience like me right now. I'm saying I enjoy this. I thought it was, I mean, I was entertained. That's what I look for when I go to a movie. I'm not going to say it's the best fucking movie I've ever seen. God, no. But it was a fucking, I thought it was a fucking entertaining heist film. I thought it was good. Yeah. It was fun to watch. I enjoyed the characters. I enjoyed the interaction. I forgot how much I liked Ludacris.
Yeah,
like just him and watching him and Tyrese just banter back and forth. I mean, there were some good jokes there. I mean, even Paul Walker in that mix was fun to watch. A lot of good characters. Fucking Gal Gadot, man. Fucking talked about this best Wonder Woman costume I've ever seen when she goes to get that handprint.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Even the dude from Tokyo Drift was like, damn.
Yeah. But yeah,
that is the guy from Tokyo Drift, right? He just mentions it because he said he's going to go to Tokyo. Makes sense.
Oh shit! He just did a couple times too,
and that's where he dies too. So it's like, again, this is all before he dies. It's like kind of leading up to that happening.
Spoiler alert.
I mean, who cares?
For one, they're going to $11 million.
Yeah.
Why the fuck will you go to Tokyo and start that shit anyway?
Yeah, I don't know. They should have just retconned that shit, but whatever.
Yeah,
whatever. But I give it a 7. Like it was a fun movie to watch. I mean, I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I would. But like I said, one of the things I wrote down specifically was Vin Diesel does not enunciate his words.
No,
he shows no emotion. Watching him interact when you think he has like a sexual partner and a female actor that he's with is just so fucking awkward. Like when he was talking to the female cop, I'm like, this is not fun to watch. This is hard to watch.
It sounds like he talks with his teeth together. He's like, hey, how you guys doing? Like, what the fuck are you saying, man?
Like,
open your mouth. His lips don't move.
This is not the leader of an underground street racing gang.
He is a leader, Chris. He's a strong leader.
Like he's being puppeted by someone else. I am Diesel. I am Groot.
Oh my god.
Oh shit.
I am Groot.
There's a reason Groot has a limited vocabulary, and it's because Vin Diesel can't handle.
It's the only word he can read on the script.
Yeah.
Before we go any further, guys, what's everybody drinking tonight?
I was gonna ask that too because we got to shout out to our new glasses here.
Yes, I'll have the link. I'll have the link posted out for you guys. But Ibrahim, yours is in the mail. It'll be there Tuesday. It's supposed to be there Tuesday.
Awesome.
It's a hefty.
It's a heavy motherfucker.
This is one hefty fucking mug, man. You can knock someone out with this.
You can basically murder people.
Oh yeah,
this thing. It's like an ashtray, a giant ashtray with a handle.
What's Ron? What you got there?
Right here, I have 2 shots of 100 proof Southern Comfort, and it's not gonna. Don't worry, guys. I'm good tonight. Do not worry.
Oh shit!
Not as much Southern Comfort as the last.
Oh, you're good. You're going to sleep. That's what you're doing.
Night.
It's that mixed with.
Yeah, shout out to Bree.
Yeah, what's up, Bree? Thank you.
Bree made the glasses.
Hey, job people. I'll pull it up in a minute. But what did I say this was? Oh, pink lemonade and then like a splash of like orange cream. So
that's what you call it?
Delicious.
Name yours orange cream.
Huh? Yeah.
I don't want to go with that.
What have you been eating?
Sexy oranges.
You need to cut back on the carrots.
Sexy oranges.
Yeah. Those.
Oh man.
Sorry.
All right, I guess I'll jump in. So I'm drinking. It's from my variety pack I got from Uptown Beverage. Shout out. It's the Shipyard from Maine. I got it because I went on vacation to Kennebunk, and I actually went to the brewing place and ate there and had some. So I was like, I'm going to try more of it. So a variety pack. Right now I'm drinking Shipyard Brewing Company's Island Time Session IPA. And here it is.
Nice. I'm going with some Unified Beer Works Constant Sparkle New England IPA from Malta, New York, delivered by Uptown Beverage. So yeah, big shout out to them and their awesome selection and their free delivery.
How about popcorn and pints though?
In my popcorn and pints murder mug.
Murder mug. That's what they're called. You want to order a murder mug?
We're gonna call these the murder mugs.
Name murder mugs.
Fucking 10-pound mug that I'm lugging around. Although I can't crack this one quite as easy as my pint glass. So yes.
Oh.
Yeah, until Saturday he comes around. He goes, guys, guess what I did?
I broke my foot. How? I dropped the mug on my foot.
Yeah, the mug got a slight crack. My foot got fractured.
Yeah, I shattered my big toe.
I got a little bit of vodka. That's what I got here.
Oh, he's actually drinking
Nice.
a little bit.
Straight up a liqueur.
Well, really quick, guys. Let's do a quick cheers. We haven't done one in a while, so cheers.
Right.
Yeah, cheers.
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 Let's get this shit going. Out the murder mugs. Shout out to Bree. Really quick, I just want to show you guys this page. You're on Facebook. Go give Boss Lady Bree's page a like. Sorry. Boss Lady by Bree. Go give that page a like, guys. She's the one who made these awesome, amazing mugs for us. And she makes some cool shit. I told Chris if he breaks his cup again, we're going to get him one of these type of thing, like a little sippy cup.
Give him a fucking big one.
Hey, no joke, man. We should make sippy cups.
Yes. That right there. We had something cutesy, shouldn't we? Pink ones.
Yeah, your children, your babies can sit on your lap while you watch us review movies. Yeah. With a 4-point sippy cup.
There you go. Well, of course, you're going to be or something. But, still, they can feel all kinds of stuff on there. So definitely go give that a like. People, you're not doing anything. Just give it a like and go buy some cool stuff. That's, go ahead, peeps.
Thank you, Bree.
Yes, thank you. But, yeah. Anyways, back to these movies.
So I guess we should start from the fun point. How in the world would Vin Diesel beat The Rock in a fight?
No,
like that's
no
impossible.
No,
impossible.
Dude, the Rock fucking bulked up for this role.
Yo, he's a monster. Ever since this movie on, he's like a beast. He's like huge.
Like he wanted his character to look like just a fucking hunter. Like no holds bar hunter from what I was reading. Like he went on a full regimen, and he was big before this, but this was like took him over the top, I think.
Yeah, it's almost like Arnold Schwarzenegger and Predator kind of shit.
Yes.
It's just like
that's why I said like G.I. Joe. The shit is like G.I. Joe. The Rock is like the main G.I. Joe. He had his troops. He even had the one with the big gun. Like what the fuck is this? It's like a whole set of action figures sitting there.
Like it's hard to believe The Rock's even a real fucking person until I see him in life one day and just stand there. I'm 6'1", and I already know if I ever run into him, I'm just gonna be looking up like, holy shit.
Well, it's just the mass, man. Like he's what, like 6'2", 6'3"? It's just he's like fucking jacked.
Yeah, he's he's huge.
Like a fucking boulder.
But I thought that fight was really, really good. Even though it was ridiculous. The fight is really good.
It is, and it took him a week to film that, but like there's no way Vin Diesel beats The Rock. At this point, I don't know if there's a human alive that can. And
there was like a semi rock bottom. It didn't go full rock bottom. He slammed them against the wall or a car. I
feel like they purposely had to have him not do that.
Robert, they're like, dude, you got. He's like, oh my fight scene. I'm doing the rock bottom, right? They're like, no, not this one. We gotta cut that shit. Stop doing that.
You can't be a serious actor and be doing your wrestling moves. Bro.
Yeah.
Though, if he did Rock Bottom and the People's Elbow and like a movie with
The fucking People's Elbow.
He does the eyebrow. He does his say. He walks in the door.
Yeah.
He's like, if you
or what would make the scene even funnier is if Kevin Hart's one that did the Rock Bottom and people with him.
That would be funny. That's in the next Jumanji movie.
I hope
they should have put one of his the one catchphrase that can actually work in every action movie he does though. Like if someone's talking back to him and he can say, "I'll slap the taste out of your mouth." He can say that. That could fit anywhere, you know. But no, The Rock is Jack. I like The Rock. You know, I think he's a good actor. He's really entertaining.
That's what it is. You know what it is with us being fans of him. It's because when he was in wrestling, like when he was really in there, we were probably fans of him as kids growing up. And then you see, one of your favorite wrestlers or just a wrestler you're really familiar with in acting. You're just like, this is pretty cool. He's not a bad actor. I won't say that. I will say that, but he has to be in either action or comedy. I feel
he does. He's not bad, but he's not great. But he's just so fucking likable.
Yes,
that made him literally the highest paid actor in Hollywood.
Yep.
So would he be considered like every guy's like straight man crush?
No, mine's Ryan Reynolds.
Oh,
Ryan Reynolds is a funny fuck.
I have no problem saying that either. I don't. Ryan Reynolds is fucking awesome.
He got really
I think adding The Rock to this franchise is what really put it over the top. Because like now, again, like I said, you put on the big boy pants. This is some real shit. This isn't like fucking car racing. This is up there with like Marvel and DC and other Star Wars humongous franchises.
Yeah, but they fucked up for firing him though because they chose Vin Diesel, the mumbler, over The Rock.
Well, I mean,
he could have killed off and he could have took over.
Vin
Rock
Diesel
can
is
easily take over.
It's kind of his property as producer. I mean, he came up with it because he can't get roles outside of what he creates himself because he can't fucking enunciate.
$1 million for this movie.
They need to wire his mouth open. So it actually looks like words are coming out. fucking
no, yeah,
dork.
was it? Yeah, Vin Diesel made $15 million on this. I don't know what The Rock made.
He still looks like a thumb.
He does. He looks like a fucking thumb on legs, man.
Yeah, he does.
Or a big toe.
Big toe.
Deadpool, I love it. It's one. I think you know what actually.
That's on a wheel.
I think that's one. I put it there. It's one of my favorite movies.
Aaron,
I can never pinpoint like favorite movies. But I love Deadpool.
Aaron, you haven't seen it, right?
Have not,
dude. I can't wait for you to see that.
Me either. I've been meaning to watch that and the second one, but I
just the jokes, man. Just the jokes alone.
Fucking wait. Maybe it'll get picked next.
I hope so.
I hope so.
I think today is the day for the hate wheel.
You think so?
So Justin Lin was the director of this. He's doing the third Deadpool, if I'm not mistaken. He's the director for
That's fine. As long as they keep it hard rated R and they don't change
it.
It
is. Kevin Feige, however you pronounce his name, already said it's going to be the only rated R movie in the Marvel universe, but they are keeping it what it is mainly because he already has the established audience.
Yeah.
So
they did some kind of some negotiating tactics. Basically, when the Snyder Cut was coming out, there was a lot of people talking about Ryan Reynolds being in the Snyder Cut.
Oh, with Green Lantern.
And when that happened, hey, we're gonna make we're gonna make a Deadpool 3. It's rated R, and then all of a sudden Disney fucking caved because they were like, okay, we don't want to lose him, so fine, we'll give him what we want. So,
and I think part of it too is Ryan Reynolds. If they try to change something, I think he'll be like, I'm out. I'm not doing this shit. You're not fucking this up on me.
They're letting him write it with the writers from Bob's Burgers, which I think could possibly be fucking awesome.
I can't wait, man. I cannot wait.
I really hope that they bring in the other Marvel characters like Thor. Thor has to be that fucking.
There's no way they can't have him interact with somebody.
Or at least talk about them. Like mention the names that that they're gonna cross.
Yeah, because in the in Deadpool 2, you see the other X-Men for like a second. But then
1 second.
Yeah. But then they just leave. And you also see some other fucking what's his name is in it. A bunch of big A-list actors die for a second. There was this invisible. Remember that? There was an invisible guy.
Oh, it's Brad Pitt.
And it was Brad fucking Pitt.
And it's Brad Pitt, and his payment was a cup of coffee.
Yeah, because you only see him for a clip picture when he's on the wires. But anyway, we should save this stuff for Deadpool when it comes up.
I will. But I just want to say one last thing. My favorite fan theory I saw of how to introduce him into the MCU. There's the scene in Thor in Endgame when they go to get Thor and they're playing video games. Him, Thor, and I don't remember the other characters' names. It's Taika Waititi is the actor playing the Rock guy. And they're like, New Master's making fun of me again. And Thor picks up the microphone to yell at New Master. They're like, what if that's Deadpool on the other end?
New Master's Deadpool. That'd be fucking hilarious.
That's the best fucking theory I've ever heard.
That would be good. But I mean, I think they established in Deadpool 2 that he can hop between universes and stuff. Because that's what he's doing at the end.
Yeah, he breaks the fourth wall.
Well, not only just breaking the fourth wall.
At the end, he got Cable's time traveling thing.
Yeah, he's going all over. He was fixing the timeline.
Yeah,
or whatever. So yeah, he could just
watch Deadpool tomorrow.
Yeah, you can make him come in anywhere. You can make him pop up anywhere. You're like, oh, where the fuck am I now?
But there has to be some like Disney like merger jokes. They have to go there with that.
They're going. If they do, they're going to do it.
They gotta dig at that fucking mouse a little bit.
Oh, let's go back to the fight really quick.
So, but the role wasn't written for Dwayne Johnson immediately. Like they were thinking Tommy Lee Jones when they were writing this role. That kind of person.
What?
Yeah,
really?
That would
no.
Well, he got rockified. He got changed. Once it was The Rock, it changed.
It did. Like, when they were writing this role, they were just thinking of that kind of person type character. And then from what I was reading, I guess Vin Diesel, this is how he comes up with his fucking movies because he can't think for himself. Like he read a comment on his Facebook or something after they announced this movie or whatever the story was. And I guess some random person suggested it'd be fun to see him and The Rock in a movie. And he fucking took that and they rewrote the role. That gave it to The Rock.
Fucking God.
So it wasn't even Diesel's idea to have The Rock in this movie.
Did they pay that dude? Thanks for the idea. Here's $5,000.
Isn't that funny? Like some like you didn't think you wanted to get The Rock, one of the biggest fucking stars on the planet, in your massive franchise?
Yeah.
It took some rando dude on the fucking internet.
Yeah, no, that's what normal producers and directors do. They look for that one who's the main scene right now, who's the fucking main actors. Yeah, that's not the brightest shit.
Yeah, so after they saw that, they redesigned the role for The Rock, and that's how that happened.
Wow. Did anybody notice about the fight scene at the end, though? When, not the fight scene. It was at the end when they were walking away, and when The Rock was like, "I'll see you," and he was like, "No, you won't." That's like a foreshadow. It's like, "I hate you. You're not in my movies no more, you motherfucker."
So, like, did the news of their feud break out in this one, or I know The Rock is in the next one.
I believe it was like the next. So basically, they did the next one, and then there was kind of some public split kind of shit. So pretty much, The Rock just straight up said Vin Diesel's lazy.
Yeah,
and
I remember that.
He doesn't. His work ethic is shit. And because like The Rock is like he's acting. He's got like to look like The Rock. You have to like work out hours a day.
There's literally he brings his own gym everywhere.
Yeah, just like transports to the gym. Yeah. So the Rock is doing all this shit, and Vin Diesel's Vin Diesel or whatever. And so yeah, he was like, he probably just said, "Hey, dude, you gotta step it up, man." And he was like, it's like, bro, like I read stuff on the internet, and I make this fucking shit happen, bro. Who are you?
Vin Diesel's in his trailer learning how to read. He had a tutor.
It's ridiculous though, because one thing I've learned, this is the second Vin Diesel movie I've had to watch because of this podcast.
The first being way worse than this shit.
But at the same time, like I'm into the sci-fi fantasy stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But like I hate Vin Diesel, but I feel like you could, if you replaced his role with just about any other actor that was competent and could enunciate, because that's my word for the evening, the movie would be that much better.
Yeah,
like the movie itself isn't terrible. It's Vin Diesel in the movie that makes it terrible.
See, and I do agree to an extent, but I just feel like this movie is just the reason why I didn't care too much for it is because it's just like so many other action movies we've seen.
It's because it's not the straight up street racing.
Well, that's part of it. But I mean, even with the action and the heist and all that shit, you've seen it before. So it's like, okay, you already know what's going to happen. Basically, there's going to be the heist. It's going to fail at first, but in the end, you're going to get what you wanted to get or what you were going after. One guy dies. You never met his son, but you're saying, I promise I'm going to meet your son. And you leave his baby mother and the kid a bunch of money, which I guess that's a nice, it's a nice thing to do. But it's just one of those things. And then it got all like sappy and corny at the end. Like if the last 40 minutes were the best part of this movie, but I'll say maybe in the last half hour, if you cut off the last like 10 minutes, all that sappy shit, they could have ended it right once The Rock was like, I'll see you again, Torres, and just boom, ended the movie. Had the car drive off, and the movie had the credits come up, but they had to do that.
Then they had the beach scene there where they meet each other. Like, I was sure Vin Diesel was going to pull up with the female cop at that point as like his female companion.
Oh, the cop comes up later in a later movie. So
I was just gonna say something, but I totally forgot now.
Yeah, so I didn't see anything after this one. Like I seen 1, 2, Tokyo Drift, and now this one because of this podcast. I don't know what number they're at. I don't know if they're in space yet.
They're at 8, I believe. We watched that trailer last week.
Yeah, I totally forgot that.
I forget. I believe so. I forget now because it's been delayed for so, and I believe they delayed it again.
I think so. I thought I just saw something about that. Yeah,
they delayed it again. So it's it's been like over a year since this movie, the newest one was supposed to come out. So it's totally the timeline. Our timeline that we're living on is totally fucked.
It's gonna be super interesting to see how entertainment businesses handle. When things open, when it's safe to open things back up, like theaters, musicians with concerts and albums. I wonder if we're just gonna have a fucking.
It's gonna be a free for all, dude. It's already starting. It's already starting. Like the movie Tom and Jerry came out and it did way better than expected. There was another thing I saw. So Aaron Sorkin, he was talking about why his movie went to streaming. He did this movie Trial of Chicago 7. And he said, well, yeah, some suits at the studio said there's a bunch of people, the people who are going to come out to movies like immediately do not believe that coronavirus is real.
That's true.
That's what they found. Yeah. And so those people are going to start going out in the next 3-4 months. You're going to see that's like the first wave of people. We're just like, fuck it. But or like they have kids and they're like, yeah, go watch this Tom and Jerry movie and get out of my fucking hair a little bit.
Yeah.
It's going to be curious, like in the next few months as the vaccine rolls out more and stuff like that, and things open to, and people think it's somewhat safe. Just the onslaught of shit we're going to get. I'm curious, like the MCU movies, they're still filming them. They've got to have like 5 in the bank by now.
Coming to America too.
Yeah.
I think in about 2 weeks we're getting a lot of stuff actually at the end of March. We're going to get
Kong vs. Godzilla, baby.
We're getting the Snyder Cut. We're getting, and it's going to be a lot. And then also, I believe it's Falcon and the Winter Soldier comes out
2 weeks.
The same amount of time as the Snyder Cut. We're gonna get hit, dude. We're gonna get inundated with content at the end of this month. Raya of the Last Dragon, I think, came out this week, I believe, which is another Disney kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's starting. It is starting, and you're gonna see successive waves of content start to hit people.
Yeah.
I don't mind it. I think HBO Max is the shit right now.
Dude, I don't know. It'll be, long-term effect on them streaming stuff like immediately, like opening day. I'm curious to see how it plays out. Because, obviously studios are not happy with it, even though, at least one was willing to go along with it. But like the actors were not pleased.
Yeah, they're not.
Especially for the ones in Dune. I remember them, Timothy Chalamet and Momoa, not happy.
Yeah, they're pissed. It's kind of an ongoing thing because, you can only keep up trying to delay stuff for so long because we don't know, like take for instance, Black Widow, which is again another movie that should have come out like a year ago.
Yeah, Disney will not stream those MCU movies. They are going to wait.
And they're really one of the reasons they can't is because they have these contracts with the actors that have to do with theatrical releases for pay. And so if they dump it on streaming, that fucks over the actors. And so then when you fuck them over, well, you're going to piss a lot of people off, a lot of people that are in, management, because you're also fucking with their money too. The people in management, the people who, are there, whatever. Like there's a whole bunch of problems. So yeah, but how long can they delay Black Widow? It's been like over a year. How much longer can they delay that movie?
It was supposed to be out last May, I think, right?
Yeah.
Like a first early summer blockbuster. So yeah, we're coming up on a year on that one.
Fucking Halloween was supposed to come out this past October.
And
Candyman. Like, we missed a lot of fucking good
shit. A lot of people all around. Everybody's doing it, man. They're like fucking.
And I know a lot of them push back for the hope of theaters, but I'm just like, just throw them on streaming.
Listen, I mean, I watched the majority. I never went to the theater super often to begin with because I hate dealing with the crowd. I hate people talking. I like to have some alcoholic beverages while I watch, and if I need to pee, I like to be able to pause the fucking movie.
Yep.
Yeah. I still go. I agree with everything you said, but I still like going to the theater for certain movies. As you guys know, I'm a huge horror fan. So like when certain movies come out, like when the Conjuring movies are coming out.
Oh yeah.
And movies like that, Sinister, and what's the other one? Insidious. Like my wife and I went to go see like every single one of those movies when they came out.
Dude, I would take, if there was something I really wanted to see in the theater, like the Marvel movies, I'd take a half day in the middle of the week and go to like an early showing.
I'm not mad. The early showings are the best. Like
I agree.
I'll say like 11 o'clock. Not only is it cheap,
man.
I went to Rotterdam where it's already fucking like nobody goes anyway.
The best showing is like that first Thursday or Friday, whatever it is. Because for us out here on the West Coast, we get like a Thursday at like 8 or 9 showing. So basically, it's like a Thursday 9 o'clock, so midnight on the East Coast showing. Okay. That one is lit, man. When I see like the MCU stuff, like it is fucking packed of crazy ass people. That are really the diehards, man.
Shit, man. Shit,
dude.
I mean, the other thing too, like this is kind of an aside. I don't know if you guys go to conventions or not, but those are another things that's gotten nuked, man. Conventions have been nuked from orbit. They San Diego Comic-Con, they delayed it again.
That's how I met Aaron.
Yeah, at a con.
Aaron and I met
out here in Albany. And you know what was funny is me and Chris literally hit it off the first day.
And I think we made.
Conversation came up, but Anthony was like, "Look, guys." You guys gotta relax, basically.
I think we made Anthony uncomfortable almost immediately with how much we were just joking with each other.
Yeah, like shout out to Anthony. Go check out Video Game Crosstalk podcast, by the way. Again, that's a Video Game Crosstalk dope podcast. But the funny thing was that he went into like his father, so he went into like dad mode. Like I felt like he was gonna like take his belt off and beat him. You knock it off now. Go like in this corner.
Literally a half hour after I met Aaron, I was trying to convince him to go talk to Lou Ferrigno, who was there, and introduce himself as the Black Hulk.
That would have been sweet. Did you do it, Aaron? Did you do that?
I didn't.
No,
oh, come on, dude.
The same kind where I got pissed off at the voice of Roger Rabbit.
Oh,
I think you had already left, Chris. My wife was sitting right.
No, I think that was the night before. I think that might have been the Friday where you were there by yourself.
Yeah, well, it was me and my wife sitting at the chair. Anthony was like walking around to buy stuff or doing something or going to pee or I don't know, getting meatballs or something Italian. but the guy comes up and he's like talking, and then you know how Anthony had those bracelets to give away?
Yeah.
He just kept grabbing them and just throwing them, like trying to get him around the mic. I was getting so fucking pissed off, and I was like, should I get really black right now and fuck this dude up, or should I just be calm and not? You don't want to cause a scene. You do not want to cause a scene. So I was just sitting there like, oh, shit, this motherfucker. I'm telling you, got 2 more motherfucking seconds, man, and I'm fucking flipping this table over and beating him. And he walks away, and my wife's looking and laughing. And Anthony sees, by this time, of course, Anthony comes up and he's like, what's so funny? And she tells him, and I'm like, why couldn't you say something when he was there? Like, I was mad as shit, because in my mind, I'm like, okay, you're here being very fucking disrespectful to my good friend's shit, and that just pisses me the fuck off right now. I should slap the dog shit out of you. Like,
that was the voice of Roger Rabbit, too?
Yes. I don't know who he is. Like, I don't know his real name, but I'm just saying you almost got these hands because...
Damn.
You can't just do that to people. You can't just fuck with people. You let people. You're not that.
Who framed Roger Rabbit? Nobody. I fucking beat his ass.
Knocked his ass out for being stupid. just in case something happens to him, I did not hit him. Nothing happened. I'm just telling you guys a story, a true story of what could have happened.
I'm just wondering, like, is anyone gonna go? Are you guys gonna feel comfortable going back to a convention this year?
Yes, yes and no. I'm gonna mask it up, but I miss them so. I'm not saying I'm gonna go this year, and I don't know if I'm gonna go this year or not. It all depends on if they even happen. But I miss them so fucking much, yo. Just because, like, the community, like, you have all these people who are there for one reason. For I go to HorrorCon, so they're going there for horror stuff. And you just get all these awesome connections and shit. You make, for networking for the podcast and all that other stuff. And now with Popcorn and Pints going to these horror conventions, I can say, well, we have this other show called Popcorn and Pints, make more networking, more connections like what I do on the horror side. And I miss that. I miss just the atmosphere of it. I miss the fun of it. I miss fucking spending a bunch of fucking money there, getting some cool ass shit. And just making the memories with my wife and my brother when we go there. That's like the most important part, is making the memories with people that you care about.
I don't even think it's going to be a thing to worry about this year. I think everything's going to be canceled again through this year. Nothing will be on the record again until 2022.
I really do think, though, that basically fourth quarter this year, I think some places are going to try. Because there's going to be that one that's the first. And that's going to be the real sign.
But,
like,
when
if they have a big thing in New York, like let's say that New York somewhere, New York City or upstate, they have a big thing and it's like fucking packed. People driving out, like everyone else is going to be like, fuck it. We're going to do it. We're going to do our con.
I don't think New York will allow it.
Well,
just because of how strict they are. Maybe Texas.
New York lacks the rules. New York recently has laxed the rules to the indoor, outdoor. They're going to start allowing like live entertainment again, up to like
SPAC.
If 500 people outside and like 100 inside. If you can have your COVID basically passport, that number
your COVID passport.
Yeah. That number increases, but that's dude, no joke. That's what we're looking at for the next year. If you have that COVID passport, that's what you're going to need to be able to
here you go.
Shit.
Here's the fake license.
Listen,
people are going to start making fake COVID passports.
As stupid as that sounds, literally this pandemic, if this was a fucking video game, is an easy level pandemic. Literally, if people just fucking washed their hands and wore their masks, we could have stomped this shit.
I know. That's really sad that you say that, Chris, because like we couldn't even do that.
No,
America.
Because everyone is up their own ass when it comes to being asked to sacrifice anything.
Because listen, but Chris, that is against their freedoms. That's jumping in on their freedom. When people who don't know what the fuck losing freedom is say some bullshit like that.
It's
right.
Like literally if this was a video game, the level's on easy. Come on.
Not only on easy, how you can go from like 0 to like 10. This is on like fucking 0, super easy. Like you can get hit like 76 times and still be fine.
It's like the toddler's leapfrog version video game,
and we're still fucking up. Like this is just like
But like the thing is, like, I bring it up because like they're saying that by the end of July, everyone will be able to get a vaccine, every person. So I mean that's like, so that means that like 3 months from then it should be clear, really. Dude, it should be clear.
And also, if you're not fucking blown away by the level of science that went into getting that fucking vaccine as fast as it did, you don't deserve to have a brain. Because it's mind-boggling.
It is mind-boggling. It really is. Like what it does. I mean, it's literally like the Johnson & Johnson one. It's literally like writing code on a human, like the way that you would write a script of code to execute something on a computer. Is exactly the same. Yeah. It goes into your DNA. It says, okay, when this happens, you attack this thing immediately, and it coordinates all the different parts of your body, the B cells, the T cells, all this stuff, and it's like, okay, attack now, and then your body just does it. It's crazy.
But I don't know, man. As far as cons go, I miss them. I can't wait to get back to one. I
honestly never been to one. I was going to go to the Albany one, and I never went.
That right there is what bugs me, man. Like, there's a con coming up in New Jersey. I think it's in supposedly in September if it happens. And one thing I was thinking, I was like, yo, if this con definitely happens, I'm going to talk to James and ask him around like April, May, between May and June. Like, yo, look, talk to your wife, get a room for the weekend, have a little nice getaway, and come to this con, she would probably say yes, because I know your wife likes to travel, because you told me that, and so does my wife. She loves
her family's in Jersey. That's where I go. That's usually where I go for Christmas.
I forgot what part of Jersey it's in, but basically it's a horror convention. Go there and check it out. I know you would enjoy it, and I'd be getting a table, possibly getting a table.
The thing that stops me beforehand is I just don't like people. I hate crowds. I hate crowds.
People are the worst.
AKA the Chocolate Warrior. You'll be all right.
The Black Hulk.
I'm the brother of the Chocolate Warrior.
No, I'll definitely check out one when it comes out.
What do you think? A few more notes on Fast 5 here before we move on.
Okay, so let's talk about the Avengers moment where they're all the people are arrested. The thing gets blown up. We see a grenade. The guy gets grenaded, and then the Avengers assemble and they help take out these fucking criminals. That shit was really cool. And then Vin Diesel picks up the Rock, and then you see Paul Walker, and he's like got this tactical. He's fucking tactical shooting people and shit. Yeah. It's like hell yeah. That was a great fucking moment in this movie.
Okay, man. You know what was fucked up about that moment though? What pisses me off about these moments? They have no body armor on. Nobody ever gets shot. Ever. Somehow they kill all the bad guys. Not only that, but they're standing in the open.
Hold on. You say they kill all the bad guys, and I made a note of this. The same bad guy keeps living through every fucking gunshot scene. He's like the right-hand man. He's the only bad guy that never dies.
Oh, the one who survived out of the car when it flipped over?
Yeah.
He gets out.
He dies at the end. You're right.
I'm like, that is... Now that's the cliche right there.
No, he's a mutant. And they're going to bring Fast and the Furious into the Marvel universe.
Chris, that's something they do a lot too, though. They'll have like those one or two bad guys, or even a good guy at times that you think dies, and they'll bring him on later.
But he goes into at least 3 separate gunfights with an entirely new gang, and his entire gang gets wiped out except him, and he's just standing there looking around like, what happened?
Again?
Again?
And then he reloads and gets another gang of people. Like, hey, what happened to the last guys? Don't talk about it. Don't worry.
Dude, if you're the boss, do you not question how you let your employee have his entire team murdered multiple times?
Yeah, I know. Give me another shot, boss.
Oh, the villain, the main villain guy in this movie is totally shit. He's super incompetent. He's shit, absolute dog shit. But everything else about the movie, all the good guys and especially again the Rock stuff, stuff with the Rock fucking kicks ass. So
yeah, I really enjoyed the Rock. He got a lot of praise for his performance. All around, this movie had solid reviews, and I can see why. I mean, if you're looking for just to be fucking entertained for 2 hours, I was entertained for 2 hours. I didn't want to be.
The one thing I'll say, I feel like the thing to me that really kind of puts this movie and the franchise, and this is where they really kind of take off with it, is they really kind of do diversity right. You don't think oh well, they're really trying to kind of push it on you, but this is a very diverse movie. They're in South America, and all the team is very diverse, and it works. It works, and it's really impressive that they do that without feeling like you're getting some shit shoved down your throat.
Forced, yeah.
Yeah, it's not forced at all.
It's not.
Pretty much how they're doing shit nowadays. They're forcing, okay, white people, just do this one thing with the black people. It's okay. It's okay. That's how we got this podcast together.
You're not wrong. But it's funny you mentioned that because the group dynamic clicks so well, you don't even really think about that, honestly, once they start getting into their banter and stuff. I love the stuff between, I mentioned, Ludacris and Tyrese. Their jokes were hilarious. Paul Walker has a couple quips that he throws in when they're in the stakeout van there. That's hilarious. Gal Gadot with, I don't remember the guy's name from the Tokyo Drift movie.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They work well together. Han, that's right. Even he fits in with the group well. I love the two Brazilian guys, one speaking English, one speaking Portuguese.
That was funny.
Arguing with each other. It's the group dynamic is what helps make this movie as entertaining as it does. But it's funny you mentioned, but they focused on Brazil. The majority of this movie was fucking shot in Puerto Rico. And I messaged you guys as I was watching this. Next time we watch anything that's supposed to be based in Brazil. We need to do a fucking drinking game where every time they show that goddamn statue,
Yeah.
Yes.
we take a shot.
That Jesus shit, yeah.
Yeah, it would be wasted before this
They
fucking-
showed it at least 4 or 5 times.
I mean, the thing about, like you said, this is Brazil. You can't fuck around down there. They're going to come to your shit, and they're going to fucking take your cameras, take your equipment, and they'll be like, you going to say something, or I'm going to fucking shoot you, and bye-bye, because this is fucking Brazil. That's why you don't, unfortunately, sometimes shoot in Brazil.
So, you guys want to dive into the last ratings for this movie? So, how many vaginal activities would you guys?
Oh God!
Come on,
I'm sticking to 7.5 Coronas.
So 7.5.
7.5 Coronas.
I'm gonna stick with Ibrahim on this, but 7. I'm giving it a solid 7. I was entertained.
Activities. James, what about you? What about you, James? Come on.
All right. After talking with it, it was a little bit more exciting than I thought, so I'll bump it up to a 5.
And
I'm not going past 5. It's all right. Like I won't see the other ones unless I'm forced to.
I have no desire to watch more Fast and Furious, but
this is the best too. Like it gets worse from here. It gets worse. It actually gets worse.
I'm gonna give it 4 vaginal activities. I'll just bump it up back to the 4 like I gave it earlier.
Did you start with 5, then go to 3, and now we're at a 4? Is that what it is?
I started with 4, but with 3.
Okay.
But I almost gave it a 2. But with discussing it with you guys, I do like it a little bit better than I initially did. And again, I still stick with like the last 30-40 minutes was probably the best part of this fucking movie. And if it wasn't for that 30-40 minutes, this movie would have been terrible. Like fucking movie. Because again, you have all the same basic cliche shit you know is gonna happen. You have the beginning heist scene that was failed. You have this, you have that. You think the one guy turned on you, but he really didn't, and he ends up dying later in the movie. And you guys were always brothers, even though he was after that one scene where they got to that little tiffle, whatever you want to call it, tussle, tiffy, all that bullshit. You don't see him for a while, and then you see him when he saves the girl.
Yeah, in the restaurant
or whatever. And then it kind of Dom's character or Vin Diesel, Chris's favorite actor's character, was like, "You hungry? You hungry?" And that took him like 8 times.
And here's the thing: is I didn't even know he said that. It took me a second because he mumbles.
Because he doesn't enunciate.
I'm like, the fuck did he just say?
Good, because you're saying Grace. I'm like, what the? Okay.
Spin the wheel. Spin the wheel. Spin the wheel.
Oh, you want to
spin the wheel and then talk about the mask?
Okay, here we go. There you go. That's our 7th inning stretch.
It's a good
the halftime show.
Segment break.
Let's see.
Get your thoughts together.
So, okay, I think today is the day for the hate wheel.
Dude,
what do you guys think?
We're gonna play bets on.
My girl has been after me for us to pick one of the fucking chick flicks movies, man.
I think it's gonna be the OG wheel again.
Yeah, I think
it'd be a lot. I'm just saying it'd be a lot quieter at home if this lands on a chick flick.
Well, we can't like fucking
force it.
Oh, it broke.
Oh, Aaron broke it.
Don't worry.
It's doing some scratches like wicka wicka wicka.
Yeah.
Fucking turntable.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about? Is there a way to not do the same category 2 weeks in a row?
We'll just have to spin it again.
We have to spin it again.
Yeah.
We can do that if you want to, so don't land on the same shit all the time.
Just a thought.
It don't matter to me. We're going to be watching them either way.
Yeah, so. I don't care.
We could do that once in a while. What did we do last? The OG wheel, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. The Wheel of Destiny, baby.
Everybody's quiet, just staring.
Oh, man. Okay.
It's going to be chick pics. It's going to be.
Holy shit, it is. There you go, Chris.
There it is.
There you go.
Wait a second. I just unwittingly talked myself into having to spend time with my significant other.
Oh, that's so cute.
Actually, my wife is waiting for this too because there's certain movies on here, a couple that she picked she wants to watch.
Same with my wife. She's gonna be fucking happy as shit when I tell her tomorrow.
My girl's the one that wanted to put a horror movie on here.
Nice. I know. I was shocked. I was like, all right.
All right, guys. Hang on. Are you guys ready for this?
Not really, but sure.
Let's go.
Here's the first. Let's
do it.
Please, no musical. No fucking musical.
Guys.
I did not jinx it. It landed on chick pics.
Yeah, Chris.
It's going to be a musical.
We realized we got to drink wine
in the
next
City.
weekend, right?
Oh,
It's
yeah,
gonna-
we gotta drink wine. You're right.
Mean Girls?
Oh,
Sex
Sex
and the
and
City.
Oh no. That was my girl's pick.
Greatest Snowman?
Wait,
Oh,
what? No.
I was about to say, what the
Greatest snowman. Oh, it's the greatest snowman.
Oh,
Yeah, great show. Yeah.
city?
we
This-
are gonna. You realize we're drinking wine next week, right?
Oh yeah, we got to be fancy. You know what I'm bringing back? Bow wow wow, Snoopy yo, Snoopy wine.
Sex in the City.
I'll find something.
Either that or something kinky. We'll see.
Oh boy. Here we go.
It'll be out of our beer mugs because we're manly men. Cry out shit.
The fucking Meg?
I'm not mad at that. Wait,
That was my
City of
girl. That was
Angels.
my girl. City of Angels.
Angels.
City of
Who
Angels.
picked this one?
My
I can't
girlfriend
remember.
wanted to. Yeah, my girlfriend put on the Meg.
I think my wife picked this because Nicolas Cage is in the fuck. Oh God! God damn it! Oh my gosh, I love her, but why did she have to do that to me? Oh my God, she you know what's gonna happen too, guys?
Okay.
She's gonna laugh, smile, and be all happy because
So we're watching City of Angels and Sex and the
Sex
City.
in the City.
I'm not gonna make it next week, guys. Not by choice. I'm gonna die. I'm really gonna stab myself in the eyes with a spoon. Watching
Dude, I'm
this
not.
shit.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm looking forward to this just to hear our reactions and how off the rails this gets.
I mean, that's the point of this slice, right?
Yeah.
That's the whole point, is that it's totally different than what we watch. Totally different.
Fuck. Okay.
Rio's loving this. That's for sure.
you know what's funny though is with the Chicks Picks wheels. Even though I don't want to watch these kind of movies, I wish they picked more girly movies. But at the same time, I'm glad they didn't.
No,
Just-
I see what you're saying.
And I say that because you know how funny it's gonna be when we have to do these movies that are like really girly, and just we have to give like our honest opinions about these fucking movies. You can't. Okay, guys, listen. I'm gonna say this: when we spin the Chicks Picks wheels, we have to be brave men. If our significant others watch us,
Hey.
we have to be brave. Whatever we say has to be honest. Don't give it as a special rating because
Listen.
your girlfriend or wife is watching, guys.
Oh,
If
yeah.
I can admit that I enjoyed this Vin Diesel movie for 2 hours, I'll be fine.
Okay,
Yeah.
I respect that.
I didn't like the show Sex in the City. I could not get into it.
Never watched it.
The movie is gonna suck.
I've seen the whole show. Parts of it I tune out. Parts of it are pretty funny. It's just like any other show, honestly.
I don't know. I just never got into it. It
I think
sucks.
Sarah Jessica Parker looks like a horse, but
I agree. She does. They even made fun of her in Family Guy with it.
yeah, exactly. And they were spot on with their joke.
Yeah, yes, they were.
As bad as I feel about saying that, but that's.
Yeah, you don't feel bad.
But let's
that
talk
or,
about the
or
mask.
that, or they say she looks like a foot.
That's the one I was thinking of. The foot,
Oh, like a foot soldier. Okay, so
just the bottom of the foot.
The bottom of the foot, the heel.
how many chicky booms would you give this movie? Let's
Chicky
start out with
booms?
this one. How many?
I'm giving the mask a fucking 10, man. This is the first
Wow.
movie we've watched. I've given a 10. I haven't watched this in 15 years, probably, but I fucking loved it. It was better than as a kid. I loved it, but I overwatched it, and now not having seen it for so long, I'm like, this was fucking hysterical. Like I enjoyed it more now. I think. I thought it was great. Jim Carrey was great. I can't imagine another actor in this role now, even after reading about the possibilities.
Save that, though. Save that, right? Because I know what you're saying.
Yeah,
No, you're about to-
Cameron Diaz was good, great for her role. This was her big screen debut. This was like her first motion picture.
Yeah, I was thinking that. I was like, I don't know because my wife asked that, and I was like, this might be her first movie. I'm
It
not
was.
100% sure.
This was her first movie, and she nailed. I think she nailed the part for what she needed to do. She did it.
Oh, she was really quick. Facebook user, thank you for popping by for one, but two, click that top link and your name and your face will pop up. And yeah, this smoking Cameron Diaz was smoking.
Yeah, but I'm going to. I give the mask a 10.
Chat, but one of us said something a little ridiculous. I'm not going to mention any names or say it was in the chat. But anyway, yes. I am with Chris on this. I'm going to give it 10 chicky booms. It was fun. It was funny. I understood a lot of the jokes now because last time I seen this movie, I was probably a kid or a very young teen. But I understood all the jokes. It was funny to me. It stood up. I don't think it would be able to be. It wouldn't be able to come out nowadays because of a lot of the sexual jokes, a lot of the sexual, a lot of the sexual gestures in the movie, the sexualizing of the woman. I don't want it. Well, female woman. I don't know the person. Cameron Diaz. Don't laugh. Don't laugh.
The female human.
Yeah, I don't know what they want to be called nowadays, man. The person. The beautiful person that she was, and a great actress. But yeah, I really did enjoy it. Like, I had a really good time with this movie, and honestly, what I thought about it now was, shit, I still want that fucking mask. I still want that. Like, that was a dope mask. I want it. And yeah,
I think they used to have them back when this came out.
I'm sure they did.
Early 2000, they had the mask in the like Walmart, the aisle or something.
If you didn't, you missed a huge marketing opportunity. That's for sure.
Really quick before one of you guys, Ibrahim or James, before you guys jump in with your ratings, your early ratings, this was supposed to be a horror movie. This would have made a fucking horror movie with that mask, or the way that he was talking about. He'd be cutting people's faces off pretty much. Would be a la Texas Chainsaw Massacre to an extent, but if it gave you like the mask and certain powers and different faces gave you certain powers, that'd be pretty dope.
I don't know. I'm iffy on that one.
Let's get. I have a little more background on that, but let's hear your guys' ratings first.
Yeah.
All right, I'll jump in because it'll probably be quick. So it's hard for me to give movies 10s, so I'm giving it a 9. I did like some of the jokes I heard now than when I was younger. I missed definitely when I was younger. So I laughed more in this one, and it was just entertaining. It's like I was like, I as soon as it started going, I knew what was going to be said. Like I started going, I was like smoking. Then he said it, and all this shit is just flashing back. I was like, oh, this movie's awesome.
I mean, I had forgotten some of the taglines even. Like, it's been so long.
So many. I was like, holy shit. It just started flooding back. The spicy meatball and all that stuff. I was like, damn. That's good stuff. But yeah, that's my rating, 9.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah, so I give it like a 7. I give it a 7 out of 10. I like it. I think it's really funny. And yeah, again, Jim Carrey, like, he's so perfect for this because he's a cartoon. He's like, you took a cartoon out of a fucking cartoon world and you made it a human, and that's Jim Carrey.
Yep.
I mean, he just does all this cartoony stuff, and like, when he did Ace Ventura, like, he's just a cartoon, just come to life, just so goofy and weird. So he's like totally perfect for this role, and like, I mean, there's like, I totally get the humor more. Like I said before, there's a Rodney King joke in this movie.
Yeah,
like, I did not get that when I was a kid. The Rodney King joke.
I did not. Yeah. I didn't know it then, and I honestly, like, as I was looking into the background on this movie, I didn't realize it until one of the trivia facts pointed that out to me. Like when he says, "Where's the camera when you need it?" when he's being patted down by the cops. Like, that was a veiled reference to the Rodney King beating.
Yeah, that was the Rodney King.
Yes,
the Rodney King joke. And I remember, like, when I watched that again, like, before, when I, like, was older, I was like, oh shit. Shit, I know what he was talking about.
Yeah.
That's about Rodney fucking King, and then it hits you a little different. So
yeah,
like Aaron mentioned, like, they tried to get this movie. Trying to get this movie made dates back to 1989. The movie came out in 94.
Yeah.
So it kind of got tossed into a little bit of a development hell after, they finally came to an agreement on some kind of script. But this is based on a comic. The Mask is a horror story. Like, the studio intended for this to be a horror story. The director wanted to change the tone to give it a more family entertainment, laugh out loud type feel to it, because The Mask was all about murdering people in just ridiculous ways. That's what the comic is, and I would love to see that storyline come to life. Because if they bring back The Mask, they can't just reboot this. Because you can't you can't.
Well, you know what they would do, right? It would be fucking Kevin Hart. I'm not joking, dude. I feel like.
Yeah,
I feel like or like Andy Samberg, someone like that, they would get.
You're probably right, but that would suck because
that would suck dick.
I don't think anybody else can play the Mask character. Maybe one other person, and he's passed on. Rest in peace to Robin Williams.
That was my one thought because they had a list of people. I'm like Robin
Yeah,
Williams just seems like the only other person almost as ridiculous as Jim Carrey. To me,
I haven't seen Deadpool, but just from knowing what I know about Deadpool, I can kind of see that. It'd be Deadpool-esque.
It's really hard though to go from this movie, this 1994 movie, which is so goofy and funny and fun, to The Mask as a dude who like fucking is the Joker, right? Just killing people in the most crazy way. It's kind of hard to do that. And this movie does have a sequel, which is like one of the worst movies ever.
Jamie Kennedy. Yeah.
With Jamie Kennedy.
I've never fucking seen that shit.
It's one of the worst. It is one of the worst movies of all time.
It's
all
garbage.
time. All time piece of shit.
Didn't make a wheel. I'm surprised it didn't make the hate wheel.
I forgot about it.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
hey,
Exactly.
I remember
forgot about it. It's a piece of
as
shit.
I was finding movies for the hate wheel, I remembered how much I hated Jamie Kennedy, and I purposely did not tell you guys.
I hate him too. Honestly, now that we're talking about it, I don't like him. I don't think I like any of his movies.
Malibu's Most Wanted is like the only other thing I can think of, right?
That I know he was in. Wasn't he in one of the scary movies?
He's in Scream.
Scream. That's it. Yeah, he's telling the rules like a virgin dies first and all that. So he's sitting.
You don't need to see it, Joe. No one needs to see it.
Right.
Yeah, it's true. It's horrible.
Yeah, he is a pretty fucking terrible actor, and he's always in either like the funny black comedies or just like a cheesy. He's never in anything really good and serious. And
he plays the one where he's the white dude trying to fit in with the black. That's what the Malibu thing is. Yeah.
Malibu's
like
Most
a super white movie or the token white guy in a black movie.
Yes.
Which I've
It's
been
horrible.
to black establishments, and I've never seen a token white guy. Because the quote unquote token white guy, there's other white people there. Like we chill with a lot of white people too, especially the ones we grew up with. So but being a token black guy, I've been there before, and that's all I'm going to say on that.
No, but like jumping back to the Mask as a horror thing, I think one of the ideas they were tossing around from what I was reading was to transform the story into one about a mask maker who took the faces off of corpses, put them on teens, and turned them into zombies.
I like
so, like, The Mask has a super dark comic past, and this movie doesn't reflect that at all, almost.
They wanted to make it more family friendly, which
Yeah.
there was a lot of sexual things in here that I'm like, that's not family friendly. You don't see it as a kid, obviously.
Yeah.
Even with the cartoon.
Well, you think she's hot. I think everyone thinks that Cameron Diaz is super hot.
Dude, fucking Cameron Diaz, like she's retired from acting. I don't know how long that's been, but she was 21 in this movie. This was her first major motion picture. A big name movie. You know what's interesting is when you think about it's a big name movie now, but in 1994, like Jim Carrey was not a huge name at the time. Like,
which is crazy, doesn't it?
Well, when did Liar Liar come out?
Well,
97-ish, 98.
1994 was Jim Carrey's the best year of his life. So he got paid. He made $500,000 for this movie. But 1994, you know what else came out in 94 was Dumb and Dumber, and shit, what was his other Ace Ventura? These three movies came out in 94. This is what shot him into superstardom.
Yeah, well, when did they come out? Which ones came out first?
They all came out in 94.
The Mask came out before Ace Ventura came out after, because I remember reading they didn't know how much of a hit it was going to be. So when at the very least, when he booked The Mask,
he got paid the least because they didn't know how good.
Yeah, they still weren't aware of how high his career was going to take off.
He's one of my favorite white actors, so I'm going to go out there and say it.
But can you imagine being like, these are three comedies that stand out of some of the best of all time, and you cranked all three of these out in the same year.
Yeah, especially Ace Ventura, which is just him. Like, he totally, I don't know what the fuck that thing was before he came onto it, but it was not what it became. And he just totally redid everything. Okay, I'm redoing the script. I'm going to do a bunch of crazy funny shit, and you just fucking record me doing it, and it's going to work. And it somehow, it somehow worked. Like, when he's... In
a weird fucking way, it did.
In a weird fucking way, yeah.
Like, and even the director of The Mask said they saved money because Jim Carrey's so fucking cartoonish in his movements. Like, they didn't need as much CGI and shit as they thought they would.
Which that's going back to what we were talking about with the role. That's another reason why I feel like he was perfect for the role because of
The living color.
body language, like all that he can do.
Christopher Pilat. I apologize if I'm saying your name wrong.
He took his experience from the skit show.
Absolutely.
In living color.
In living color, baby.
Which I gotta throw this out here. I know it's Black History Month just ended, but which was a black show, and he actually credited them.
The Wayans family, basically.
Which is that gene pool is strong as fuck. Man.
Listen, man, I mean, I still can't look at Jim Carrey and not see Fire Marshal Bill.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, I may tell you something. Yes.
So just a quick aside, Ace Ventura did come out first. It came out in February '94.
Okay.
And so then
Liar 97. Liar.
So then The Mask came out in July '94, and then the third one, Dumb and Dumber, came out December '94. So I mean, he basically dominated the fucking calendar, right?
Hey, you're welcome, buddy.
Oh shit.
Yeah, man, but like that, like he obviously.
So this was like the second movie in that that coming out party. It was really Ace Ventura because like Ace Ventura is a random fucking movie. It's so weird, so random, and it's just him. Yeah, and he made it work, and yeah, and then he was rolling, dude. And then after this, the next year he's in Batman Forever, and he's the Riddler, and he's just.
But like, there's
off.
Whether you like Jim Carrey or not, he's a very special actor in the physicality that he can bring to a role.
And
like,
really, going back to the Riddler character, if they could have made him darker with like the like darker, more sinister, but with like his weird brain, that would have been a perfect fucking.
The problem with that movie was the campiness. I mean, they had the right cast. He's a great choice for Riddler. He's fucking great, fantastic.
It was the direction they took it.
It was the direction, and also the fact that there was Tommy Lee Jones fucking hated his ass. That was probably another problem. So yeah, I mean, I think if he wasn't like Camp Man instead of,
I'll even say this: I feel like
Jim
Carrey could have played either. Just really quick, shout out to Jim Carrey, but I feel like he could have played either character. He could have played the Riddler, or he could have played Two-Face, because he has that kind of goofy personality where he can have like the dark kind of more serious, and then like the goofy one that's just like ha 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 whatever.
I mean, if you followed his career enough, he's done enough dramatic roles, so I think so that he has it in him. Yeah. He's not just the comedic, flailing comedy guy.
He's not, but he's so fucking. He's probably, if not the best, he's definitely one of the best at it.
Oh yeah.
He's a very versatile actor. Don't get me wrong, but I just feel like that silly, goofy, flailing shit. He's the best at it, to where it's believable. Because a lot of other actors that try it, it looks overdone. It looks like it was forced, but for him, it looks so fucking natural. And that right there, that takes a lot.
It reminded me vaguely of Dick Van Dyke. I think he was one of the earliest to kind of get into the physical comedy.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Well, at least one of the most famous early people to kind of get into it. This movie also, I feel like it had a real Roger Rabbit type vibe to it.
Yeah. Yes.
And I believe Roger Rabbit came first, right?
I think so.
First. Yeah, I think
it had to be earlier than 94, right?
Yeah, I think so.
By the way, Christopher, we did review that movie. So yeah, check it out. Check out what we have to say about Batman Forever. I feel like the problem with that movie is the campiness. That's the
spoiler alert. We did not have real positive reviews.
Batman.
Well, it was fun talking about.
It was.
Is that the one where I got really tore up in? Is that?
It might have been the one where you just bounced.
I think where Aaron disappears for 10 minutes.
Oh, gosh. Go back and watch that, people. I was fucked up in that one. A lot of Southern Comfort. I learned my lesson. I'm drinking Southern Comfort now. I do it.
Like I said, I've worked my way down in beer percentages throughout the evening. It started with 8. I'm down to 6.4.
There you go.
So
I'm still at 100 proof, but I'm good.
I'm at my 6%.
I think 92 was Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
All right, so definitely
before. Sounds about right. Yeah.
It came out in, I believe, 89.
Oh,
yeah. I was going to say
88 or 89.
I thought it was even earlier than that.
Yeah. You know what's funny? They wanted they wanted Eddie Murphy to be in that movie, and he turned it down because he didn't get it. He literally just did not get it. I think we talked about that.
But then the movies he's doing now,
he would have did it. Oh my god,
he would have been great in that movie, man. He was gonna play the lead. He was gonna play the Bob Hoskins role. It would have been great.
No.
But he just didn't. He literally did not understand. They were like, "Oh yeah, so like it's gonna be you and Roger Rabbit and Mickey Mouse," and he's like, so you're gonna get a guy to dress up like no, it's gonna be you and the cartoon. So you're gonna get a guy to like so you're gonna make me a cartoon? No, it's gonna be you, like actually. And he just didn't get it. So he was just like, okay, fuck it.
He could have played. You know what? Yeah.
Good.
I want to put it past
play whatever he wants.
Yeah.
No, I mean, Eddie Murphy's an interesting character to follow through his career too. But
I know what it is. He was funny, but he was also a badass. Like, I'm not doing this shit. But now the older he got, he eased up into the more silly shit. He's like, he don't even act like he's like badass anymore.
Dude, in the 2000s, he really just started taking those paychecks from Disney and this other bullshit.
Yeah.
It was probably a nice fat check. Like, listen, do you want to do this action movie and get paid this, or do you want this fucking motherfucking Disney?
No, I don't blame him. Well, you play Donkey.
Yeah, he played.
That was dope. That was good.
That was good. But he did. What was it? It was like the Haunted Mansion. He did. That was a piece of dog shit.
Oh yeah.
He did that thing, Pluto Nash. That was another piece of shit.
The Haunted Mansion was that was live action, right? It wasn't.
It was live action. Yeah, it was live action.
Like a Disney-ish type of.
It was a Disney. That's a Disney ride.
It was a haunted mansion.
I just had to think about it. I know what you're talking about.
what was Doctor? Was he Dr. Doolittle? Was he his animal movie?
He was Dr. Doolittle. Yeah.
Yep.
The first one wasn't bad. The second one didn't need to happen.
There was a movie about him. Was like 1,000 words. He can only speak 1,000 words or something.
I'm not sure.
I think so.
There's Boomerang.
Yeah, Boomerang.
Classic fucking.
He's the drag. I think he's the dragon in Milan for Disney.
He is the dragon in Milan. Yeah. He's
there's a lot. He has a lot of.
Yeah.
I don't know. Then again, that's an interesting career. Even going back to his SNL days and.
Yeah, shit.
Great. It's just a stand-up.
Nutty Professor, of course. Yes, thanks.
Professor. Sherman.
Thank you.
Hercules.
No joke. That's like the one scene I remember more than any other.
Yeah, I know, right?
Dave Chappelle was in the first fucking Nutty Professor movie. Do you guys remember that?
Yeah, Dave Chappelle's in it. He's in fucking Men in Tights. That's on the wheel.
Men in Tights, I remember him in. Yeah,
he's that blind guy in Men in Tights.
I can't fucking wait for that too. That's going to be great.
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
I hope it's half baked on the wheel. I hope it is.
It's on different wheel, I believe.
I don't know which one.
Either way, I'm gonna be fully.
Let's talk about alternate Jim Carreys for this movie because I think it's a pretty interesting selection.
Okay.
So before Carrey was cast, I mean, we mentioned Robin Williams. He was considered. Possibly he could have pulled this off. It's a testament to an actor when they play a character so well that you cannot possibly imagine anyone else in that role.
Exactly.
And I think that's clearly what Carrey did with this.
I agree with that, but I do say the one actor that comes to mind, well, one, because I've seen it on the list, so it comes to mind a little bit easier, but is Robin Williams, just because I know he wasn't as cartoony physically as Jim Carrey, but I think of the genie character, like how his voice was.
Oh, yeah.
And just that alone was like the cartoony stuff. And he, rest in peace, Robin Williams, one of my favorite.
Yeah, for real, man. I'm about to cry.
I miss him.
Dead. It's like
gone too soon.
I think there's a documentary about him on HBO that's really good.
But I really do feel he would be one that can really do a great job with that. And really quick, I just want to jump to it before I forget. I feel like Jack Nicholson would have played a great villain because he could have kind of taken from the Joker character a little bit and brought that into the villain with the mask.
Oh, the guy that plays.
You mean Dorian? Yeah.
Dorian. Yeah.
That could have been interesting. Jack Nicholson in the mask. Jack the bad guy.
And Robin Williams in the mask, basically.
But yeah, Robin Williams was considered, John Ritter, Mike Myers, Keanu Reeves.
Keanu Reeves has been boring.
Keanu, no.
Not even John Ritter.
John Ritter, and what was the other one? The one you said before?
Mike Myers.
Myers would have been interesting.
That could have been interesting. I don't see. 94 is the height. It's like these actors are peaking at that time. Not that they haven't peaked again since, like Keanu. But because 94, when did Wayne's World come out? Because that was probably big in the early. That was big in the early 90s.
Early 90s. Yeah.
Keanu Reeves was probably Speed, right in that Speed train.
Yeah.
Oh, well, and Bill and Ted, right?
Okay, early 90s. Bill and Ted was like an 80s stuff, right? Maybe late 80s.
Yeah, you're right. It might be 80s. You're right. Yeah.
But they even talked about Matthew Broderick or Martin Short.
I think if you so the thing is, like, if you do Matthew Broderick, the character is so different. The character is so different.
It's gonna be Inspector Gadget.
It's gonna be like kind of Inspector Gadget.
It's fucking Inspector Gadget.
Stupid as shit.
But like they would make him because like it's when they made him fucking Simba in that Lion King movie too. It's just a softer. It's a
Point
softer.
Break is on one of the lists, by the way.
Point Break on the list?
I believe so. I didn't either, but
it.
someone mentioned that they think it's on there.
I think that might actually. You know what? That might be on our white wheel.
It might be.
Yeah, it should be. It should be. That's a very white movie.
It should be.
It is. It's just a very white movie.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. I don't know.
Yeah, I think if I had to list, I would say Jim Carrey is number 1.
Yes.
Number 2 would be Robin Williams. Number 3 would be someone like Mike Myers. I think
it has to be. I can't think of all the other people on the list. It don't seem right.
I feel like if you're thinking of recasting the mask, you got to take physicality into the aspect, not just straight up the actor.
Okay, so
itself.
who's if we're gonna make the mask today, like this movie, it's a comedy.
Who's real cartoony?
Who's gonna be the mask today? You want him back?
Bring him back.
I don't know if you guys.
The newer crowd. I don't know who's goofy enough.
I mean, I think you could bring Jim Carrey back as like an overseer of someone that finds this mask, of course, out of happenstance. But
Ryan Reynolds, he's goofy enough, maybe.
Ryan Reynolds is great joke-wise, but
the animation part, the cartoony, like moving around.
I don't know. Like
it's hard. I can't think
Jim
of
Carrey is unique in the fact that he is so cartoony moving.
I don't know. I can't think of nobody.
So Andy Samberg kind of comes to mind for me.
Will Ferrell.
Bree says Will Ferrell. Will Ferrell could be interesting.
Yeah, I think it would be.
That could be interesting if it was Will Ferrell.
I'm not going to say it's going to be good.
It
would be to watch.
Yeah,
we would laugh. I think that's for sure.
Yeah.
He is a funny dude. I like his shit.
Yes, I can't think of any like kind of new actor or comedian that comes to my mind.
Dude, there was also a point in time where instead of Cameron Diaz, they almost cast Anna Nicole Smith in that role.
Ooh.
Oh. Why? That's right.
I don't know. I think they were looking just for like a blonde bombshell.
Yeah, but was she even an actor?
I don't know what she was.
She just married
for real. That's all I know about her. She married that dude. The dude died, and then there was a fight over the money. That's all I know about her.
I don't think anybody knows exactly what she was.
She was
But I mean, to be fair, like there are people that are famous for being famous, basically.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like she's one of them, pretty much.
She's the one that did it right and didn't have to make a sex tape like him. By the way.
So by the way, this kind of reminds me. I don't know if anybody's kind of paid attention or known, but like they're doing this Space Jam sequel with LeBron.
Yes.
And
they would probably have to CG a new character if they brought in someone trying to be like Jim Carrey.
I believe part of the plot of that movie is that LeBron has to play against the fucking Mask and like Agent Smith from The Matrix.
Anna Nicole was in thanks to Bree. She was in Naked Gun. I don't remember that. I watched Naked Gun. That's on the wheel too, so I look forward to seeing that.
That's definitely on the wheel.
Yeah, there's a lot of Naked Guns though. There's a couple sequels.
There was only two with Liam Neeson though, right?
33 and a 30.
Not Liam Neeson.
You mean Leslie?
Leslie.
Yeah.
Leslie.
Sorry.
The Naked Gun movies are great. I've seen pictures of the.
I can't remember.
That sounds familiar now that I see that. Yeah, I've seen the pictures. I've seen some pictures from Space Jam, so I don't know a lot about it other than that LeBron.
Yeah,
James
but I kind of brought that up because like that movie's gonna have hella CG in it, and I feel like like whoever said like if they did do a sequel, there'd be a ton of CG of the Mask, the new Mask character, just be a bunch of.
I don't think I'm gonna watch it unless I'm forced.
So listen, because you said that, James, I feel like whenever that movie comes out, when we all get a chance to watch it, we should watch that and the original Space Jam back to back and do reviews on both of those.
That'd be interesting.
I like the soundtrack of the first one.
That original Space. Oh, you mean with Mr. Richard Kelly?
But the soundtrack? Hit him hard, hit him hard, hit him hard.
I can fly.
Hit him low, hit him low, hit him low.
I believe I can touch the sky.
That original Space Jam is like so kind of weird and interesting because it's literally just a vehicle for a fucking like superstar athlete. and it's a huge movie, and it's like everyone's like, oh yeah, Space Jam, the original movie, it's so amazing. It's like, oh, it's an okay movie.
It's not.
This
Yeah,
is what
it's not at
This is
all.
what steroids does, guys. We put in these little scrawny aliens, and they turn into these.
If you were not a fan of the Chicago Bulls, Space Jam was shit.
Well, I mean, or a fan of Michael Jordan. I mean, I saw that movie. I was not, I knew
Funny rap
Michael
was
Jordan,
good.
but I didn't. Oh, dude, by the way, this is really funny. So a lot of people have a thing for Lola Bunny. It's just one of those weird.
Yeah, no.
It's one of those weird.
It's like a brony. Like
Well,
you're
yeah.
in love with a cartoon.
Yeah, it's actually deeper than that. Like when you
Well,
get
it's
into
like
these,
Jessica Rabbit.
well,
concerning.
I think Jessica Rabbit, that's a human. Like
That's
when you
true.
start getting down the fucking rabbit hole of the internet of these people, the fucking
No pun intended.
the anime people who they have literally a pillow of a fucking a girl anime character and they sleep with it. It's on that level. These people who are into Lola Bunny and want to fuck the bunny, basically. And so they came out with a new design for Lola Bunny.
Yeah,
And Lola Bunny ain't got that. She ain't got that ass, and she ain't got that rack. And people were fucking mad. People were fucking pissed off.
We're going off the rails now.
Like they were at a 12 on their pissed off scale about this Lola Bunny.
Fuck.
But a lot of people like this is not. I've heard so many people like, oh yeah, I didn't get it until I saw Lola Bunny, and then I understood why people fall in love with anime characters. And I'm
Right
like,
there, if you ever find yourself saying the
Okay.
phrase "I didn't get it until I saw Lola Bunny," you took a wrong turn in life.
I'm telling you, dude. Like it's a real thing. It's a real thing, and these people are really all about that anime ass. And Lola Bunny is just another one of these incarnations of
her bunny tail be extra white.
Wow.
Oh,
Getting bunny hop into that vagina.
I feel like we're going down a track
that's
a
what's
little
even more messed up too, right? Is she is a bunny, and then that's another.
And we're going down a rabbit hole. Get it? Trying to get in that rabbit hole.
I don't know if we can keep being friends after this.
Jesus.
But again, if there was a live action Lola Bunny, it would be Cameron Diaz, right?
You mean to tell me? Listen, guys. Here's a question. Here's a group question that we have to answer.
No, I don't think it needs to be asked.
If your significant other wanted to dress up like rabbits, and are you doing it? Come on.
Wait. Is she dressing up like Lola Bunny?
If that's what you want, yeah.
Jessica
What
Rabbit.
do you mean? No. What do you mean? If that's what I want, we gotta be specific here. This whole thing is about Lola fucking Bunny. So
I feel like there's a real fine line.
So okay, so what you gotta? Okay, here's the question.
Hey,
Your girlfriend dresses up like Lola Bunny, and you fucking dress up like Bugs fucking Bunny. Are you doing
black bugs? Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Jessica Rabbit.
I'm saying no. I'm not a furry. That's some furry shit. That's furry stuff.
Okay. What about you, Chris?
It's one thing to dress up like it as a couple's costume. It's another thing to pretend you're the actual characters.
No, you're just dressing up.
Fine, as a couple's costume or something like that on Halloween. Acceptable.
No, I mean to do the fun stuff.
What? No, that's weird.
Well, that should be coming off. So
It's. I mean, yeah, it's coming. Obviously, that's the main goal. But the fact that
I think Aaron is saying you gotta bump them. You gotta bump with the fucking bunny costume on.
Yeah.
Otherwise, what's the point of having this question, right?
This is what I was getting at.
you're gonna go with full character. You're gonna do it bunny style and everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that. That's some furry shit, which is cool. I mean, look, if people are furries, I don't want to hate on. I'm cool with that. But
I forgot
that's
that
not me.
furries was a thing.
I'm just saying if that's
It's 100% real thing.
okay, hold on. Before we go past this, what if that's all that's on the table for that night? For that night, that's what's on the table.
It's the
Nothing.
main dish, rabbit.
I guess
And you're at that point to where you need to get that good release.
I guess that depends how.
You're still gonna say no?
I guess that depends how much I drink.
So I mean, can I? Well, that's all, folks. Can I do that?
Yeah, there you go. That's how you end.
That's how you wrap it up.
Yeah.
That is how you. Yeah, that's how you finish.
Not because that's too easy. Just do pew. That's not the same. That is not.
That needs to be the last
Bro.
word spoken that night.
That's all, folks.
That's all, folks.
The first line is like, "You want this carrot?"
Be the only yes. I can't be the only
No,
yes.
I would not do that. I'm not dressing up like Bugs Bunny.
I don't know.
and
I don't know
Sorry,
if I can yell. That's all, folks. This is a whole different ball game.
Yeah, if I could be in the character, here you go.
But like I'm telling you, when you cross that line, it's not it's not a big deal. But like when you go there, when you are dressed like a bunny, and your girlfriend or whoever is dressed like a bunny, and she's got the fucking bunny tail up, and you're banging that, like there's no going back, my dude. You're a furry now. You've crossed into furry
And
territory.
by the way, Aaron, you did it wrong, Aaron.
It's on like your unknown bucket list. Like you try it and you're just like, oh shit, I always wanted to try this shit. That's dope.
Aaron, you messed it up, by the way.
Huh?
Bugs Bunny don't say that's all, folks. It's Porky Pig. So it's your
Yeah.
friend who's recording it. And when you're done, he goes, "That's all, folks."
Oh shit.
We forgot there's a third person there.
Yeah, it's the third person.
Well,
You got Porky Pig.
what's kind of scary is that there is like I'm telling you, the over under on that is 80% that exists on the internet.
Oh, definitely.
Oh yeah.
Well, like that porn exists on the internet.
That's a rabbit hole you can go down. It's dark. It's like it gets deeper than that. There's fucked up shit. There's the
dude, yeah.
like even the bronies. There's people dressed up like the My Little
Oh
Pony.
God, bronies.
It's your thing. I'm not judging. It's your thing.
Okay, here I got another one for you.
We're not even talking movies anymore.
What character?
Yeah, I know what happened. I don't know.
What characters would you have to dress up as? You have to choose the characters.
Oh Jesus!
But you include human characters, right?
Yeah, it's not animal. It's human characters.
Oh, if it's human, then I'm there's all kinds of stuff. Evangelion comes to mind.
So just pick two. Come on, guys. Let's make this fun. We gotta make this
Dude,
fun.
hard.
In what scenario does the guy care who he's dressed as long as the woman's dressed as who they
Basically.
like? You
Hey,
obviously
they'll dress up like the fucking horse.
Prince. I know. I don't give a shit what I'm.
So for me, it's Rey and Finn. That's my thing.
Okay. You got Princess Leia and anybody.
Yeah.
And
Han
with the gold bikini.
Yes.
If you want to go
That's all
cartoon,
like-
if you want to go cartoon, there's Jessica Rabbit, of course.
Oh, if you go cartoon. Oh, that's a whole different level. If you're talking about anime, it's
Yeah.
just
Listen,
that's a whole different
we're
one.
not getting into that realm of craziness because we're gonna take it too far. Especially
Or if
me.
you're talking The Mask, there's just 21-year-old Cameron Diaz.
Yeah, there you
Gosh. I'm not going to say what I said earlier, though. That was too much. But I will say this.
Yeah. Yeah. If you think our on-air conversations are crazy,
Yeah. Off-air is way crazier. You can get how you can get some of the off-air conversations is if you tune into horror_with_sir_30 on Twitch gaming. When I'm on there with my brother Henry, oh yeah, it gets fucking ridiculous.
Brock.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, there was definitely a minute where I was like, man, the Ash Misty stuff is kind of interesting.
It was very, and freaking Brock perverted ass.
Oh yeah, all the nurses.
Brock's a guy.
Brock is the guy. He's probably
that's why he was the leader of the rock gym. Some of those hard all the time.
Onyx. Yeah, you want to see my Onyx?
Ash was just clueless. He could have banged out Misty.
I feel like there was a thing with Brock where the first time we really saw his eyes was there was some chick and he just went boing, like you actually saw his eyes.
They're by the way, just Japanese versions are crazy. Like the Pokemon, like their sexual shit.
Oh yeah,
like on accident, it's not meant to be. But yeah, I don't know why we got Pokemon.
We are so far off the rails.
He was a deep pervert, kind of like the Mask. The Mask got away with some shit.
Oh, speaking of like that one line on the bench, what do you say? Hold on, our love is like red rose, and I'm a little thorny.
Yeah, I'm a little thorny. Yeah.
I didn't know. didn't click when you were younger.
No, man.
no,
There's a lot of stuff in this movie. Like when he pulls the condom out of his pocket in the alley, he's like, "Whoops, wrong pocket." Or before he starts making the balloon animals and then the balloon Tommy gun. That's a great fucking scene.
Oh fuck yeah, hell yeah, funny scene.
Basically, it was a condom out of his package already, so it could have been used.
Because it was not wrapped. That was unwrapped.
Yeah.
And one of my other favorite scenes where he's being arrested and they keep pulling random shit out of his pockets. Like if you read behind the scenes, there's prop guys handing stuff up through Jim Carrey's pants.
Yes.
So the cops are pulling all the shit out of his pockets. And then he pulls out a photo of the police chief's wife signed Love XOXO or something like that. Like that's
It was so silly.
Right there. That was some
like
shit.
I was and I knew that as I was watching the scene that there's people handing this stuff up. So I'm kind of trying to watch for like people's hand movements and like the bottom part of his pants and shit like that.
Mm.
But yeah, that was a great scene. I love the balloon Tommy gun. That was fun.
Yeah, I really enjoyed this movie, and I'm glad I got I'm sure I got a similar feeling to when I was a kid watching this. Of course, I like it for different reasons now because I'm a grown man, so I understand, the jokes and the sexual undertones and all the craziness. But it was just a fun fucking film. It was like a live action cartoon.
It was, and that's one of the things that drew Jim Carrey to the role. Like even the character in the movie likes cartoons.
Yeah,
Jim Carrey loves cartoons. I love the dog Milo in the movie. He's not in the comics. Like in the comics, there's no dog.
He is in the animated series, though.
Yes.
Yeah, I watched that.
The animated series came out after the movie.
Yeah, which was it was a fun animated series. It was a really fun, and I love how they had the yellow suit in the animated series.
Yeah,
Loved it. But that was a fun series. I gotta get back on.
So that's when you think of the mask, you think of that iconic yellow suit. He's not even wearing that for like 5 minutes worth of screen time in this movie.
You're right.
Yeah. But it's you know what it is? It stands out because it's so fucking bright. You got the bright yellow. It's like the Dick Tracy almost.
Yeah.
It's Dick Tracy with the green mask. Which, by the way, I wish that was on one of our.
It's weird. It's weird. Some of the iconic stuff we pull from this movie, like that yellow suit, the green mask, of course. Just smoking. Some of the catchphrases, like and how fucking cartoony Jim Carrey really is.
Really, yeah, and he does it so fucking well. Like again, it's not one of those things where you have somebody's coming in here like, hey, listen, we need you to be really cartoony, and they overdo it, so it's like the scene sucks. It's not as funny as it could have been or should have been. And Jim Carrey comes in, he's like, I got this, guys, and fucking perfect.
It's interesting because you feel like you tell that to like, I need you to be as cartoony as possible. Like there was no way to overdo that in this role. It almost seems like.
Yeah, well, yeah, I do agree with that, but I don't know if there's any other actor that can pull that off. Again, besides maybe, God rest his soul, Robin Williams. I don't think there's any other actor besides Robin Williams or Jim Carrey, correct me if I'm wrong, people, that can pull that type of character off successfully. And if you add the physicality, definitely Jim Carrey over Robin Williams. With the physicality of the mask character, with some of the stuff that Jim Carrey can do with his body.
I think Mike Myers got kind of close with some of the stuff he did in the Austin Powers stuff.
Really quick, I'm glad.
Close,
I'm glad. I do not like those fucking movies.
Is that on the hate wheel?
No,
should be.
That's all. It seems like a white movie.
I hate those.
Definitely.
It's pretty white.
I didn't like. They're not great, but they're watchable for me.
No, fuck.
I liked them as a kid. I definitely liked them as a kid. I thought they were.
I never liked them. I tried to fight it, but the feeling was just too strong.
One of the mistakes I read about in the movie, like there's the scene where Milo the dog is licking Jim Carrey's ear to wake him up.
Yeah.
To get the dog to do that, they had put peanut butter on Jim Carrey's ear.
It's always peanut butter.
On the nightstand, you see the peanut butter with the knife sticking out of it.
Wow.
Nice.
Fucking
like they left it on the nightstand and forgot to take it grab it before they filmed the scene.
Well, at least they put it on his ear.
I know.
I mean, Cameron Diaz licking the side of his face. I was there.
You're like done. I need a nap.
So, by the way, Cameron Diaz retired from acting in 2014.
Oh
wow!
She's been done for like 7 years. She's been done for 7 years. Did not come back. Had no interest in coming back.
I mean, she wasn't cranking out real hits towards the end there anyway, but
true. Shout out to Cameron Diaz.
But like when he first takes over the mask, and when he goes to visit the mechanics that are working on his car, and he shoves the muffler up their ass,
A tailpipe up their tailpipes. That's enough shit.
He gave him a paint job and mufflers up the ass.
yeah.
And that's the cartoony stuff I liked about that. Because of course, in any other type of movie, they'd be fucking dead or like really screaming in pain. It's not dead.
One thing I thought of if they were trying to make this a little more realistic is like the level of people's reactions to seeing the mask and the way he's acting. Like they don't seem to be that overly concerned. Hey, there's a weirdo out there wearing a green mask that we need to arrest.
They love it. They're entertained because he has like that. He has that the mystique and the swag of like that guy that every girl wants and that every guy wants to be. So he kind of has you all like hypnotized. And it's like, holy shit, this guy is fucking here. Like this is like something that we all imagine as far as a guy, again, something you want to be, and as far as a female, something you want. And he was like very bold and loud and kind of like a he's saying chicky boom, but like kind of like a Latin culture type of feel to it. Like really proud and loud. And I'm not even trying to be funny with it. It's like a real proud and loud kind of exciting dance, sexy kind of thing. And I thought they just pulled it off great.
I just got that Chicky Boom song stuck in my head.
Yeah.
The scene where he gets all the cops dancing and everything like that. I was just sitting there kind of with like a smile on my face, just nodding along.
I was smiling a lot in this fucking movie. I love this.
I also really enjoyed when the dog gets the mask.
Yes,
like,
Milo. Yeah.
When Milo gets the mask.
And that's what you think of the cartoon more, because I believe in the cartoon the dog gets the mask quite a few times.
Yeah, a lot of episodes to save the day. It's like
the Milo's the real hero in this movie.
He is.
Who's, by the way, his real name isn't even Milo. I think it was like fucking Max or something. Yeah, Max was the real name of the dog. I don't understand why you need to rename a dog.
How hard is it to fucking you train your dog for however long it takes to train your dog its name, and then you got a dog acting. You got to call it a whole different name. Like I wonder how long that actually takes.
What's the point in fucking giving a dog an actor's name that's just totally different than the actual dog's name?
Word.
Yeah.
Obviously, I think one of the highlights when he's wearing the mask is when he's peeing on the bad guy from like the chandelier.
R. Kelly, R. Doggy.
You had to bring it there.
Barks. Woof, woof. Piss. I want to piss on you. Yeah, he peed on him.
I think in part 2, the dog gets the mask. Right? Is there a dog in part 2?
I don't know. We'll never know because we're never going to watch that.
Yeah,
it's been so long since I've seen that piece of shit movie, but I just remember it's just like there are movies that are like bad, and then there's just like a movie that's bad and it insults your intelligence and it's a waste of your time and it's not even memorably bad. Yeah. You know, that's Son of the Mask.
Yes,
I did notice as they go into the final scene in the club there, and it's supposed to be that fundraiser on that giant piggy bank.
Yep.
I think the funds they're raising, the cause they're raising funds for, it just says war orphans.
Yeah,
on this giant piggy bank. Like what?
War orphans, man. You don't know what that means? They're war orphans. War because they're orphans, and they're orphans that are ready to go to war. Why are they ready to go to war? Because they're orphans. They don't want to be orphans. They want to be adopted. Boom. Beautiful story.
Or it could be kids and their parents died in the military.
Could be that too, James. You had to get
bring it down.
Yeah, bring it down.
Bring it down now.
He does this shit, man. He does it. but
Jim Carrey's just entertaining. Like honestly, how he plays the characters. I would watch a movie if he made one for Marshall Bill. I would watch it automatically.
Yeah, I would. Jim.
So he kind of returns to form in Sonic the Hedgehog. There's some scenes. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but there's some scenes where he goes full Jim Carrey.
Really?
No, I've never seen that movie. I never seen that yet.
Yeah.
I wish it was on the wheel. Because I would definitely watch it. But
yeah, he goes full Jim Carrey again, and it's kind of like this Jim Carrey coming back.
I got it.
I don't know, man. I wonder what his train of thought is these days when it comes to acting and any roles that he takes. Obviously, he's established himself as the person he is, but like, what interests him now? I'm curious.
I know he does a lot of paintings, though. He speaks his mind through paintings. He
does.
But even that, I could have sworn I saw something not long ago where he said he was going to stop doing that as much, or at least posting about it because they were super political.
Yeah, they were.
Cool. I don't know. I mean, the last thing I heard, so he wrote a book, and I know this because I have family who lives there, but he was in Hawaii. He talked about this. He was in Hawaii when there was so someone accidentally pushed a button that said we're being nuked. And so the entire island of Hawaii,
dude, I remember that.
Be nuked. Yeah, he was there. He was there for that, and he was like, oh yeah, I was there. And then I tried to get a helicopter, get the fuck out of there. And I thought I was gonna die.
Wow.
So I think he's just trying to live his life. I think he's kind of chilling.
Like I work with someone
who's too.
Yeah, I work with someone whose son was in Hawaii going to school or something like that. So he was trying to get like real time updates as that was happening.
Wow, it's crazy.
Like, what's going on?
Like they straight up thought they were getting nuked, and this was not a joke. It was like, yeah, you were about to be nuked. You're about to be nuked, and it just kept going and going, and people were like, "Fuck, I guess we're gonna fucking die."
Yeah, man. Hawaii would not be hard to blow off the map.
Not at all. Not at all. Yeah. One bomb from North Korea would do it. And there's like video of people like lowering their kids into the sewer and shit. It was fucking crazy. Yeah, and it was just like someone pressed the wrong button on this emergency security system, and then it got really crazy. Like the password for the security system was on a notepad stuck to the computer, straight up. Like someone took a picture and it was like, what the fuck is that is that the password on the notepad? It's like, yeah, sorry.
Damn.
Yeah, and literally was someone misclicked. They clicked the wrong thing and they clicked we're getting nuked instead of.
Well, that button shouldn't be near the button he was trying to push.
That person still does not have a fucking job right now. To do any fucking.
They threw him in a volcano.
They fucked up so bad. They're like, "Yo, no, fuck the fuck up. We're burning your money. We're pissing on your money." They fucked up.
Like whenever you feel like you do, like, oh man, I fucked up today on my job. Just think about like at least you didn't.
I didn't start a nuclear war panic.
Yeah.
Just imagine that though. Like, yo, shit. That person, I hate to be morbid, but that person may not even be alive anymore because of that crazy shit. You never know.
So, to be totally honest, I don't think they got fired. If I'm being 100, like I don't think I remember like seeing that they didn't get fired.
They got Stern talking to. They got something had to happen, or they had something on somebody that was higher up. Like, yo, whoops, I fucked up, but. What, motherfucker? I know you're doing much worse. Okay, you got your job that raised you that you wanted. Okay.
Yeah, it's like I don't know if you guys have seen Chernobyl. They had this series on Chernobyl.
Yeah, that was great.
And yeah, it was really good. But that whole fuck up happened because basically the management level guys were telling the lower level guys like, oh, it's fine, just do this. And they repeatedly fucked up at every level.
Yeah.
Damn.
And so that's kind of what happens where it's like the management level and the people above, they fuck up, and then they tell the lower people to do the wrong thing.
Yeah, go along with it.
So the whole chain is fucked. So like you have to fire everyone from the top down, and so the management level people just like insulate themselves, and so then they insulate the lower people, and then everyone's like, oh, well, we pressed the wrong thing. It's no big deal. We're sorry. Blah blah blah, and then everyone gets away with it.
Mm-hmm.
Bunch of bullshit.
Yeah, but
the
just
coworkers have to be giving them shit though every day.
Probably. I mean, the whole thing's a disaster. But yeah, Jim Carrey, he talked about he was there and he tried to get a helicopter to get the fuck off, but he was like, couldn't get a helicopter. He's like, yep, I guess I'm gonna die here in Hawaii, get nuked. And he was like, I was at it. He was like, yeah, I went to the beach. I went out on the beach and I was just like looking at the sunrise. It's like, holy fuck.
If I'm stuck in Hawaii and I feel like the bomb's coming to end it all, I might as well be on the beach to watch it all happen.
Basically.
Never mind.
Yeah, I mean, right. Well, that's a pretty good way to go.
I would just grab something to drink and sit on the beach. Feel like it's all right.
Yeah, and it better be the way in the movies too. It better see your fucking skin just go and you're just the bones. And
it better be instant.
Yeah.
It's like they said the most accurate depiction ever was Terminator 2. They said that was the most accurate depiction of a nuke, like where you turn into ash.
Good.
If you're close to the radius, you turn it like literally your body turns into dust, and you just fly away.
There you go.
Dust in the wind.
That's the way to go. Seems like a good way to start wrapping things up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we could do that too.
How many Hawaiian sunsets?
Hawaiian Sunset.
Hawaiian Sunsets. Would you give this movie?
How many nuclear apocalyptic Hawaiian sunsets do you give this?
What about how many golden showers by Cameron Diaz did you give this movie? I'm still going to
Golden
give
showers for the dog. Milo and the golden showers.
Oh my god!
The dog golden shower.
But no, this movie's still a 10 for me. Like it was just a fun movie. It was fun. It was one of those movies where it was fun to go back and watch. Like I said, I haven't seen this movie. I couldn't honestly tell you guys how many years I've seen this movie, but I still feel like I have the same reaction, maybe even a better reaction again. Because like I said earlier, I'm an adult now, so I understand all the sexual innuendos, all the funny jokes that you wouldn't get as a kid. You would just laugh because something seemed funny, or the face would look funny, or the voice would sound funny, or because the adults were laughing. But now you understand what was funny. And yeah, that's what I got with this movie. It was fun. It was good. It wasn't the best movie I've ever seen, not by far, not even close to one of the best movies I've ever seen, but it was a fun comedy movie.
Aaron, can you share this with the chat? Can you share this on screen? This is what.
Oh, shit.
Give me a second.
Wow.
This is literally what they saw. So it's like an Amber Alert. Oh, well, I don't know if you guys get Amber Alerts or not.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's like this is the Amber Alert that you get on your phone. Ballistic missiles threat inbound to Hawaii. Seek immediately. Show this is not a drill.
Dude,
that's fucking wild, yo.
Okay, let me rephrase how I think if I was in Hawaii, my end of days would play out. If I get this message, first off, I shit my pants, and then I don't worry about it. I find some beer and I sit on the beach because that's it. That's it.
Okay, James, what are you doing in this situation? We're all answering this question.
I honestly don't know. I think I was just being so much shock. I'd probably sit there just constantly well, if I was in Hawaii, different story, like Chris said, I'd probably go on the beach. But if I'm sitting in my house right now, I think I'll be just sitting here with my wife and just like can't believe it. I don't even know. I can't even, the emotion, it'll be like highest level of fear.
Okay.
Because you know you're going to die, but I honestly can't say what the exact thing I would do.
And Ibrahim, what about you, man?
Okay, so it depends on who I'm with. So I'm probably gonna be with my family. So I'll just spend the last moments with my family, wherever I am. If it's Hawaii or if it's here or wherever, and then the nukes are gonna hit. That's what I'm doing.
Just to spice it up, so let's just say it's with your significant other. Your family's in a safe place, but it's with your significant other. Does that change something?
Oh, so it's the two of us and we're gonna die. We're gonna get nuked. Possibly.
Yes.
Well, I mean, if I read this and it's gonna actually happen, I don't know. I'd probably kiss her. I don't know. I don't know if I can really get it up, to be honest. If I'm about to get nuked, I don't know if I can really go there.
I don't know if that's the time I'm able to perform.
Honest. Yeah,
exactly.
That's it right there. What Chris said right there is my answer right fucking there.
That's one of those things that unless I'm in that actual situation, I don't know if I could perform.
I don't think I could. I don't know if I wouldn't even try, to be honest, because like I would just be like I'm fucking about to die.
Listen, I'm not saying that's an. Are there many better ways to go? Probably not.
No,
but I don't.
Just imagine though. Just imagine the explosions happening at the same time, and you guys all know what the fuck.
If it's all timed together,
and that'd be the ultimate.
In the worst time of your life, at the same exact time, you're just gonna be like, "Oh,
just
gone."
If it's all just simultaneous.
Yeah, so you won't even know it's I guess it may be the best time of your life because you won't know that.
I don't know, man. I feel like, listen, there's amounts of pressure you face in your life, but I feel like that's at the top of the list.
Yeah,
I'm waiting for someone to make the comment. I'll do Thanos. As soon as it says no, Mr.
You wait, and you see the fucking the flash, and you go like that.
You're like, snap. Done.
Listen, you realize in the MCU there were people that were getting it on when Thanos snapped his fingers, right?
Oh. There's all kinds of stuff. I mean, in a WandaVision they do an episode on what happened when people come back. But they you know, the whole thing's a mind fuck.
They're not that they would get into that, but still, you got to piece that together.
Yeah, exactly. You just think about it, and you're like, well, there are people who were, you know, banging, and then one person went away, the other person, just like the fuck.
Well, and like, what if they didn't finish and the other one was unsatisfied? I think that's the problem there.
Well, what happens is they come back and they're like, you know,
they magically appear however many years later in the same spot. If the other person's there with somebody else already,
right in the middle, and he just I got it on the empty spot. Like, what the hell?
Hey, that's how it happens, people. That's how it happens.
Oh man!
I guess that's the easiest way to get a three-way going, but I guess you know.
Jeez.
Shots fired.
All right. Next week, Sex and the City, City of Angels.
Oh gosh,
I'm actually kind of looking forward to this. I'm curious to see everyone's reactions.
It's gonna be funny. It's gonna.
Are we gonna class it up with some wine?
You know, that's a good idea. I think I might get it.
We have to do wine or just something girly in general.
Girly drinks?
Girly drink.
Fruity mixed drink or something.
Girly drinks.
Because I'm thinking there's a brand of some sort of liquor. It's called Kinky, which is a girly drink. I might get a bottle of Kinky. It's either going to be that or some wine.
Aaron has the furry stuff.
Wine coolers.
So.
It's either going to be that or sweet bitch wine. That's what's going to. It's either going to be Kinky or sweet bitch.
Wine coolers don't do nothing. That's just like drinking Kool-Aid. I won't even bother.
Some wine in the big ass mugs. That's probably what's going to end up happening.
I'll fill it too. I'll fill all the way.
Whatever we drink, it's going to be in the murder mugs. So it's going to be like.
I don't drink wine. I like wine. I don't drink wine like you're supposed to drink wine. I get a giant cup and I fill it. I don't do that one sip and you spin it like this and you sniff it first.
Yeah.
No, I drink this shit. It's cool. It's like Kool-Aid. I'm going to drink it.
Oh, it is. It is. A matter of fact, whatever one I bring out, I will bring back the red sunglasses. The all red sunglasses. I was drinking the sweet bitch wine, but I'll bring it out for the whole fucking episode.
I don't know. We got to deck ourselves out as girly as possible, I think.
Oh, Jesus.
Kinky's girly. Sweet bitch wine is girly. I say whatever you can get, though. Because I'm
looking forward to this now.
So I say wine or like a really girly, fruity, sweet drink. It has to be that. It can't be something. You can't just be over there taking shots of Hennessy.
I'm just going to pour a bottle of wine into my murder mug. Probably.
Yeah, the murder mugs.
Really girl it up.
Yeah, I'll either do, like I said, I'll do the Kinky or I'll do the wine. I'll figure something out. Don't worry about that. It's gonna be girly though. I promise that.
Oh, can we watch a clip from Sonic the Hedgehog, like the really funny part with Jim Carrey?
I would have, the thing is, I think I would have to mute it. I'm not sure with it.
Okay, I mean it's fine if you mute it.
Our commentary could be entertainment enough.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna put it in the private.
Okay. Yes, then I'll use that.
The music is good, but it's still like you just seeing him. It's hella funny.
Sonic or Mario, guys? What game did you like better?
Mario.
I played Sonic. Yeah, I was a Sonic guy. I played Sonic.
I played Sonic. I like Sonic, but Mario I preferred.
Yeah, Mario is just a more. It's different type of. It's not just running forward like really fast.
Yeah.
Mario to me is like a little bit more difficult. Sonic is pretty easy.
You're just fucking running forward.
Yeah, I know.
You know, it's a fucking hedgehog running forward.
Loops, you jump over a couple things. Mario,
you stop and fix a broken toilet.
That's what Italians do.
He's a plumber, man.
Can you guys see the screen?
I can see it.
Is this the thing I sent you?
I don't know.
I don't know.
That's Sonic. Oh, look at that.
Oh, that's not it. That's not it.
You sure?
Oh, this looks like the trailer.
Yeah, that's not. Is that what I sent you?
I don't know.
I don't think that's what I sent you.
I'll try it again.
Did you pull up the link in the private chat? Yeah, like.
I think so. Maybe it's this one. Hold up.
I already see Jim Carrey's face.
I gotta pee like R. Kelly. Oh wait a minute. Put it here. Pull this bad boy up. I think it's this one, guys.
There we go. Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Oh, that's how he plays Dr. Egg.
Yeah, Eggman.
Oh, yeah.
I could see him pulling this role off pretty well, actually. I know
Yeah,
you'd want
like,
a fat round guy, but just to let him like character.
Yeah, he's not fat yet, but I think they're gonna make him fat in the future.
I feel like you have to.
Yeah, yeah, they're definitely gonna do it, which is sweet.
A good fucking actor.
Yeah.
He's such a good fucking actor.
I gotta watch this movie. I've never seen it yet.
I'm curious to see it.
It's interesting. Like, I thought it was gonna be a disaster.
I mean, they already, it was much more successful than people thought.
Yeah.
I mean, they.
Oh, jeez, there he goes.
That I remember that.
Yeah, this shit is like ridiculous.
I mean, they greenlit the sequel already.
What the fuck?
Oh, it's skiing.
Like what's so funny is like that's literally just him in a room just doing the shit.
Oh my god.
Running from like this. See, I assume he's dancing to music.
Yeah, literally, he's just dancing to music, basically.
I want to see this.
This is right up Aaron's alley.
Like, what the fuck?
Why the fuck isn't this on the fucking wheel?
He's like, you fucker.
Does he murder the guy right here? Because that would be great.
Unfortunately, no. He just gets his latte.
Interrupted his fun.
Yeah.
I have to check that movie out.
Yeah, it's funny. He's funny in it.
It does look entertaining.
But yeah, he's back to full Jim Carrey. Yeah.
Nice.
No holds barred, just totally over the top, cartoony. Just a cartoon ripped out of the fucking magazine, just like right into your living room.
Which is like his best to me. I mean, he's a really good actor. Like, I think he did great in the movie 23. But that silliness that he does, I think there's not many actors that do it as good as him. And I don't think anybody does it better. In my opinion.
Nope.
But I guess we can get into end of the show plugs. And I just want to thank everybody who is watching live or who will be watching in the near future or the future, whatever. Thanks for popping by. We greatly appreciate it. We're going to show plugs.
A lot of fun comments this episode. It was great. So thank you, people, for watching.
Yes. And tune in next week because we're going to be doing two girly chicks.
Look at dude. I'm going to get more excited about this throughout the week. Surprisingly,
Aaron's going to be doing Lola Bunny. That's what he's going he's getting that Lola Bunny outfit, and he's going to get the Bugs Bunny outfit. That's what he's doing.
Are you telling me in Aaron's relationship he dresses as Lola and his wife as Bugs?
No. No disrespect, but I'm not into that.
Who's Elmer Fudd? Anthony?
Oh gosh, we always gotta throw him into something. But all right, I'll go. You guys, Horror Research 30 is a part of the Z Network. The Z Network, you can find that on YouTube. You can find that on Anchor, Spotify, and wherever else you can listen to podcasts. You can find that on Facebook, the Z Network. Popcorn and Pints, you can find that on Facebook, Popcorn and Pints. You can find that on Twitter, Popcorn Pints, and where are the real Popcorn and Pints? Fuck the other one.
Pints of popcorn? Fuck them.
Pints of popcorn.
Whatever they're called, fuck them. We're the real one. We're more entertaining. We're better. I'm saying it. I'm claiming it. But yeah, you can find us there. You can find us on Twitch, _Z_network. And like I said, we're all over now. We're making a bunch of noise. We're having a bunch of fucking fun. Doing some girly movies next week. You guys want to tune in to see 4 grown-ups run into these girly movies. You might get a tear out of James. Chris, we'll see.
We'll see how
it's a different type of tear.
We'll see how white Aaron can get
We'll see. With that being said, though, people, you can find me on, as you know, I'm your boy Sir Sturdy, the horror with Sir Sturdy, on Facebook, on YouTube, on the Z Network, on Twitch, horror_with_Sir_Sturdy, and the_Z_network. Tuesdays and Thursday nights at 9 o'clock Eastern time. James and I, and sometimes some guest friends, we review horror movies. So yeah, tune into that. And whoever wants to go next, take it away.
Stories from a Bar. I'm Chris. You can find me on, of course, Popcorn on Pints on Saturday nights. Stories from a Bar is my main podcast. Be sure to follow on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. I'm going to start doing virtual happy hours with all kinds of people, streaming them there. Those will be the more nonsensical drunking type things than they are actual episodes, but it'll be fun all around. So check out Stories from a Bar.
And maybe you can join us for these, people.
Yeah, man. Shoot me a message. Shoot Stories Fab on Twitter, Stories from a Bar on Facebook, on Instagram. You can message me on all the social medias. I think it's storiesfab@gmail is the email. All kinds of fun stuff.
Okay, Deep Focus Cinema Podcast, somewhere around here. So tomorrow I'm actually going to do a review. So we've basically been doing a bunch of stuff in the 90s. So tomorrow I'm reviewing The Fifth Element.
Nice.
the really, really wonky, I love the movie. But yeah, it's Bruce Willis.
Chris Tucker, right?
Chris Tucker playing Prince. It's a lot of fun.
Who's the actress in it again?
I forget her name.
It's from is it the Resident Evil?
Yeah,
actress?
it's the Resident Evil chick. Yeah.
Then you got that fucked up song that people can't do because the high pitch.
Yeah. The where the alien sings the alien diva. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. So yeah, I'm doing that tomorrow. Tomorrow, starting at like 7 a.m. my time. Yeah, Mila Jovovich.
That's it. Yes.
Yeah, Mila. No, not Mila Kunis. Mila Jovovich. So yeah, so it'll be like 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, like 10 a.m. Eastern Time. So that's gonna be happening tomorrow. So check it out.
Right, catch me on like Sir Sturdy said, Horror with Sir Sturdy, Tuesdays and Thursdays, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Then of course Popcorn Pints on Saturday, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Check out the Twitter page, Popcorn Pints, @Popcorn Pints. So, yep, that's where you find me.
And again, people, thanks for popping by. We have such a great time doing these reviews, these ridiculous reviews. We greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate the few that watch us and listen to us and listen to our nonsense every week. We do have a great time doing this, and we greatly appreciate you guys watching this. Please tell your friends, your family, your loved ones, your enemies. Tell everybody. We do this.
Your enemies especially.
Yeah.
That we do this at 9 o'clock Eastern Time on Saturday nights, and we also do this on Tuesdays and Thursdays for Horror Study on Tuesdays and Thursdays, 9 o'clock Eastern Time. Again, thanks for popping by, and as always, peace, peace, peace.